最长的
Well, it's wild out there. Wild. And let me apologize to you in advance. I had some sort of... Now, of course, someone accused me of trying to one-up Garrett because he was ill. Might have been my wife, Garrett. She says, it's funny that when people get sick, you end up sick, too. And you end up sicker than they were sick or whatever. And if the focus has been on someone else... Now, this is a real conversation. You seem to suddenly... The focus may have left you for a while, and so you focus on your ailment, and you get even sicker. I said that's the most. You know what? If I didn't want to live in a very small apartment in a shitty neighborhood, I would leave here. That's what I said. I would leave here right now. If I didn't like the accoutrements, the nice home we have, and all that. So I get this. I mean, I'm just sitting around like on Tuesday night, and all of a sudden I reach up and I feel the base of my neck, and it hurts so much that I can't, I can't bear to touch it, right? So I go in, of course, and I wake my wife up. It's like 11 o'clock. She goes, "What do you want?" I go, "You got to touch this spot on my neck." She goes, "Are you nuts?" I go, "I'm telling you, this is my theory. If you have something that's mechanical, it doesn't hurt to touch." That's what I said. She says, "What does that mean?" I go, "If you pull a muscle, or if you have a joint out of place or whatever, but this hurts to touch, so I think it's very serious." I said. She goes, "It's 11 o'clock at night. Let's do this tomorrow." So she touches it, and I jump. I said, "Do you see how I jumped?" She goes, "Right." So, of course, I'm up half the night, and I end up going to the doctor, and this lymph node or something is just huge. So I'm completely worried.
Now, where is it, right there, like the spine?
No. In the front.
Oh, okay, that's
right where your neck attaches to what's really your first, I know all about it, your first rib.
Like your clavicle?
Almost your clavicle, the first rib. Okay. There's a bunch of muscles and stuff there called, it sounds like Skittles, but it's like Shickles or something, Sickles, something. And there's a bunch of them. And, of course, I feel in there, and I feel this, this lumpy thing. Well, that's it for me. 6 months to live. See you later. You've been in a hospital.
It's amazing how your brain can make the whatever it is so much worse.
So my wife says to me, "I want you to know cancer doesn't hurt." She says to me. Meaning that you find a lump or something and there's no pain in it. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm sure people get horrible cancers and it plenty hurts, right? Right? So I'm up all night rubbing this thing and feeling it and everything else, and it's worse and worse. So I go to the doctor, and he examines it, and he looks at it and everything else, and this is what I'm coming up with. I'm not sure because of, what's been happening with the economy. I don't know that we have the best and the brightest becoming doctors anymore. I really don't. And this is some young guy, and I don't really know him, and recommended, and the whole deal. And so I go back to the guy this morning because it's not, I'm not feeling any better, right? He puts his thumb onto the offending spot that I'm telling you is killing me, and he pushes it to try and dislodge whatever the fluids are that are inside of the lymph node. To me, that sounds like something that would be done in Game of Thrones, right? Or on the battlefield of the Civil War or something, right? It doesn't sound like what you would do if you are a real medical person. So it hurt like hell. And then he said, there's a release of whatever the hell it was, right? And it hurts like hell. And so I said, well, you know what? There's a lump there. So the guy says to me, does it hurt? And I said, I know. Cancer doesn't hurt. And he says, who said that? I said, my wife said that. He goes, well, to be honest, in this area, normally it doesn't hurt. The pain's actually a good thing. It means that, the infection or whatever is in this lymph node. Mm-hmm. I said, but have you ever had a case where it did hurt? You said it wasn't cancer, and then the guy dies of cancer. He goes, I'm sure everything has happened, Mr. Thomas. I'm sure everything has happened. I'm getting a CAT scan tomorrow. Now, when you were having your thing, did you not find that it seemed that the medical people are forgetful and a little stumbling around and not as you don't feel as safe with the medical profession as you used to?
No. They lost many things of mine, didn't know who I was.
Right. Yeah. Weird, huh?
I had a huge surgery by the doctor, and I called the doctor's office for follow-up, and they're like, what's your name? Oh, we have nothing on you about this. The day after, I'm like, thanks, And then when I went to the office, I showed up, and they were like, oh, we didn't really need to see you. We just had to schedule an appointment for you. And I went an hour out of my way to go there, and they're just out of it.
They are. And
they have
overworked.
So many people. Yeah, that's what I think, too. So many people, they don't know how to handle everyone.
Now, my main doctor, who is in Beverly Hills, has like 5,000 patients or whatever, and he charges you $2,000 a year. Do you know about this? And it's called concierge treatment.
What does that mean?
You pay $2,000, and then when you call, or he'll talk to you.
For life?
No, a year.
Well, that's not worth it at all.
Well, it is worth it if you feel as though you need to talk to the doctor and you have stuff. Or it's called, I don't know what it's called, concierge treatment. And he's a good guy, and I like him, but he couldn't talk to everybody who called or whatever. But if you want a return call, or it's almost like you're joining like the Hilton Gold Club, where you get an upgrade to your room or some crap. I don't know.
I kind of like the idea.
Yeah, but for $2,000,
yeah, but
you can't
always,
guarantee
it's probably
you're going to need it that often unless you are diagnosed with something. If I was diagnosed with cancer, then okay, fine. I'd
you know what?
Concierge.
Look up now. Concierge also can mean like at a hotel when the doctor comes. The worst doctors in the world come to hotels, by the way. I once had. Well, I'm pretty sure I was going to die, and this guy shot me up with cortisone. What I realize now is to make me feel better, so I could get out of the hospital and not die the hotel and not die in the hotel room. I had projectile vomiting. But anyway, if you pay him a couple of grand, so I don't want to do that. I know this guy forever, and I screw you. I know you forever. I don't want to do this. So I could have, gone to see him or called him and all, but it would have taken 3 days for him to return the call or whatever it is. So I go to this young guy, and he literally does something I found to be medieval. He pressed on a thing to get juice to come out of it inside of my body. Now, as far as by the way, my neck's killing me. So I'm looking at it going, he probably spread whatever the horror is to the rest of my body. I'm not kidding. He pressed on it, and I kept saying, now look, it really hurts. And I was barely touching it. I went, ooh, ooh, ooh. He went, where? I go, right here. And he puts a little black mark on my neck with a marker pen.
Uh-huh.
And I look in the mirror. He goes, right there? And I go, yeah. And then he just presses the shit out of it. I got to kill this guy. Unbelievable. They lost your... Now, look, how are you, Garrett, by the way? I mean, this is weird. You've been in and out of hospitals. What the hell's going on?
Well,
how are you?
Doing better. Still, now I'm...
Not right, huh?
Are you peeing stones?
I am.
How does that feel?
You don't notice it. It's like
Oh, really?
sand coming out.
But you can feel it coming out?
No, you can just see it when you pee through a strainer.
You have to carry the strainer everywhere. That means your pee strainer is in the studio right
It's
now?
in the brown bag. You want to see little pieces
Can
of
I?
it?
Yeah.
No, you don't have them in the studio.
Yeah.
You do. Oh, my God. This is
This
fabulous.
is awesome. Where's my camera?
Do you use it to strain your pasta too, Gary?
That's right. Same one. Same. Here's another one. You ready for this one? People say, doesn't that hurt your sex life when you're waiting for the stones to come out? No. If you put your penis inside of your girlfriend, the stones will hit her G-spot and make her come even faster.
Wow. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
It's like Fred
bedrock.
Flintstone. Yeah, exactly. We said the same thing. We said the same thing at the same time. Just like, Fred Flintstone.
Let me see. Oh, it looks like one of those cups that you get marinara sauce in.
You're
Hold
now.
on.
Can you make a necklace out of them? The little things, whatever they're.
They look
No.
like grains of sand.
Oh my God! They look like fruit flies.
Well, I know that I speak
can't
probably
believe that.
for thousands of people. We are all hydrating 24 hours a day because of this.
Ew, you dick! Garrett's piss on my hands. I have to go to this.
No, there's no piss on your hands. You don't have to leave.
There
them on.
is pee.
No,
there is
there's
pee.
no pee.
I'm going to take a picture of it. There's pee on the console.
Well, I don't need a picture of your pee. Don't pee on the console, please, Garrett. Please don't pee on the console.
No, it's just the strainer has some pee residue on it.
Ugh,
Well,
gross.
let's stop it. Let's stop the pee residue. Leave that for Covino and Rich and go, hey, what's this?
Are you going to... Can I have a Clorox wipe, please?
Yeah. Do you have a wipe in there? Sure.
Yeah.
Do it.
Thank you.
So the guy presses it, and so, but you know what? I do get worried because, you know people, you meet people, and then all of a sudden they go, wow, I found this lump. And they're gone, right? Found this lump.
Wow, this show's a real buzzkill.
And it's over. That's all. So I think no matter how much fun people make of me and everything else, I think you go and I would rather either spend the money or have people make fun of me than be one of the people that, and I have friends that do this all the time. They don't go to the doctor. I don't get not going to the doctor.
Yeah. I don't really go either.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't. See, my dad was ill when I was a kid, and so there were lots of medical issues and stuff from the time I was about 14. And I came home from school, and my mother was all upset, and there was a doctor in the room with my dad. He had apparently gotten hepatitis or something, some horrible, thing, and he had gone blind during the day and literally lost his sight. Now, he regained it later. The guy comes to our home, and, of course, my mother's all upset, and I come in and I go, what's going on? She says, oh, your father, lost his sight during the day, and the doctors. All of a sudden, my father, from the bedroom, is yelling, get out! Get out, you son of a bitch! And throws the doctor out of the house. So my mother, of course, oh God, oh God, runs down the hallway. The doctor leaves. Apparently the guy was asking my dad about money, about if he had enough money or insurance or whatever. And I'm sure my dad, to be honest, I don't know what the hell he had. He probably had veterans insurance or whatever it was. And he threw him out. But from that moment on, he went to the doctor a lot. And sadly, eventually died at 57 of whatever the hell I think the hepatitis started. But I'm the same. I first thing I do when I used to move to a new town, I would go, who's the best doctor in town? And I would start getting checkups like you cannot believe. I started getting full physicals in my 20s, which is unheard of.
Wow.
And I had a doctor once in Charlotte, North Carolina. I should probably find out who the guy is. I would come in for all sorts of stuff. So one day he goes, well, we've checked you out, and we found something. And I went, oh, my God, what? He goes, this is a true story. And I was the big DJ in town. He goes, it seems that your bloodstream, I went, oh, my God, is attached to your rectum, and you're full of shit. That's what the guy said to me. The doctor.
I would have sued him for millions.
Well, probably today they
Stress.
could have. Probably today they could have, but I got a good laugh out of it. He said,
that's
"You're
not
fine," whatever the deal is. Derek says, "Is it possible to have the professional pencil sharpener come back on and have him sharpen Garrett's his kidney stone into the shape of Garrett's head?" I don't know.
They're not big enough.
We had a professional pencil sharpener on. Okay. Jay, last week, this comes from Wheels, you were asking what happens when the Doomsday Guy came on. What happens when you run out of bullets? This is in capitals with exclamation points. People make their own bullets, dummy! I meant when the lead goes out of the front of the bullet, you idiot. Imbecile. This comes from the Gray Witch. Isn't it amazing we have a constitutional right to bear arms in this country, but a bare butt will get you arrested? I never thought about that before, but that's true. You can wave a gun at somebody, but if you wave your tits or your penis at them, you're going to jail. Now with you, Garrett, your penis is now a deadly weapon. You could put an eye out.
It has ammunition.
It spits rocks.
God. Do we have the guy on, I guess it's on Hannity, the guy that said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" live on television?
Yeah.
It's getting wild on that, too. Jay, weren't you on the air with Bob Beckel? And yes, I was. This is from Wreck-It. He throws the F-bomb around on live television and then refuses to believe that it's live television. Garrett, do we have it? Let me hear it. Live TV.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Whoa, please.
Whoa.
What are you doing?
Failure.
I just can't stand right wingers just their mouths running all the time.
Jeopardy walls that comes up.
We apologize.
I
don't apologize. Yes, you do.
No,
you just
I don't.
cursed on the air.
I'm not going to apologize.
Oh, all right. I apologize for you.
We're not on the air.
This got. Yeah, we were on the air.
When?
When you just cursed.
We weren't on the air.
Yeah, we really were.
Hope we were.
Yeah, we were.
Why were we on the air?
We were on the air, and
why are we not on the air now?
We are on the air right now. This is live television.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, good grief! You know, I try to put signs up and help
why
you.
Why didn't we know we were on the air?
Because I said we're back, and you weren't listening to me because you guys were fighting in the break.
Okay,
all right. You want to say you're sorry?
I'm sorry about using that foul word. Yes.
All right. Thank you. And it's okay off the air, but not on the air.
The intent about it is still there.
What's that?
The intent is there, but the use of the word, I didn't realize we were on there. And you should run your show a little better instead of having me get caught like that.
I love him.
You know, Bob,
you're blaming me for this. Just typical. You're like Obama. You're blaming me.
No
typical
personal
liberal.
responsibility.
this thing about me guesting on the 5, maybe I'd better rethink that.
All right. You were saying something before the break about poverty.
Oh, my God. Now, I've said this before. When you go on CNN or you watch CNN, they're just, and I like them over there and I go over there and stuff, but they're namby-pamby. More stuff is liable to happen on Fox, and they let more stuff happen than any of the other of the other networks. And I think they bring on more troublemakers. I would imagine after Beckel did that, apparently I still will be invited back on Fox. Okay? Let me hear him say it again. It's a great exchange, isn't it?
Yeah, well, obviously they were chatting during the break.
Well, no, what happens there is, and this is how they tell you what you're going to talk about, right? So the subjects are whatever they're going to be. The whores in, Colombia, the oil crisis, and then maybe something else, right? So you know it, 2 or 3 hours in advance. You read about it. I write some jokes about it. I talk to Rodney or you guys, whatever, and I decide what I'm going to do. You get there, and some discussion starts in the green room, and because they've got us all in there like animals, right? So somebody says something, like me, and I get in an argument in the back. And then when we walk out on the set, well, Hannity goes, wow, that sounds more interesting than than what we were going to talk about tonight. Well, none of us are prepared to talk about it. So he starts all kinds of stuff, and then the argument ensues as you're sitting there, and you're not positive when you're back on the air. Because he's not saying, hey, be quiet, we're going back on the air. He just comes back. And so this woman, she's a Tea Party woman, I guess they were arguing about what was said about Mitt Romney's wife. And you can't defend it to a right-wing person, and a left-wing person, or whatever you want to call it, knows. This is what the woman was saying. She's rich, and she's never worked a day in her life, and she hasn't, and she doesn't know what it's like to be a working mom with children. She didn't say that being a housewife was lesser of a job. She did not say that, right? But no one, Rodney Lee Conover and I got in an argument because he's got a weird thing for his fucking mother that I couldn't believe. He said, "Are you kidding? How can you even defend her?" I go, "Defend her? Look, you could actually say that about my wife. You could say that about any number of people's. Now, my wife worked her ass off prior to marrying me and has had jobs since we're married, but the reality is she didn't have to work at a job, maybe have no husband,
Probably
or a guy.
Have a whole lot of nannies.
We had all that, absolutely. So you could say my wife didn't really have a job during the time that we've been married. But she at least knows about work prior to that, right? And what she learned, Christina, was marry a guy with money. That's right. But they were promised almost this Mitt Romney thing. Here's what's scary about Mitt Romney. If you read the letters he wrote to his dad, who I think was a tough guy and came from nothing and built himself up to be the president of the American Motors Company, whatever it was, they owned the. I think they made the Studebaker or something. I don't know what they made, but it might have been before Chrysler or something. But anyway, and his dad was a moderate and was a big civil rights guy and became the governor of Michigan. Right. Well, Mitt is this real namby-pamby, square, kind of a good-looking guy, and he marries the woman he dated in high school or whatever, right? So, no, she never worked a day in her life. Now, Mitt Romney, I think, worked really hard and made 20 times more than his dad ever had, maybe more than that. And so, that's fine. Congratulations. He has these 5 creepy sons. It's really... Christine, have you seen the sons?
Yes. They're sweater vests.
There's something creepy about these kind of older guys that are like, they're almost like a choral group, And so then you've got, as I like to say, you got, Black Jesus in the White House, and he's got the 2 daughters and the wife that, I think is angry as hell, but can't say anything. But if you read Mitt's letters to his dad and all that, he's kind of namby-pamby, but he did really well, right? Well, so that's what the woman was saying. That's what they were arguing about when Bob Beckel said to her, "You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." Let me hear it one more time. It's just wonderful to hear it. It's what TV ought to be. Yeah, it's what TV ought to be. Yeah.
Started as a failure. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Whoa, bleep! Whoa. What are you doing?
It was a big fuck.
I just can't stand right-wingers just their mouths running all the time.
Jeopardy walls, it comes up.
We apologize.
I don't apologize.
Yes, you do.
No,
you just cursed on the air.
I'm not going to apologize.
Oh, all right. I apologize for you.
We're not on the air.
Yeah, we were on the air. When you just cursed.
We weren't on the air.
Yeah, we really were.
Wow.
Yeah, we were.
Why were we on the air?
We were on the air, and...
Why are we not on the air now?
We are on the air right now. This is live television.
Okay, good.
Oh, good grief. You know, I try to
New York.
put signs up and help
Why
you.
didn't we know we were on the air?
Because I said we're back, and you weren't listening to me because you guys were fighting in the break.
Okay,
All right. You want to say you're sorry?
I'm sorry about using that foul word, yes.
All right, thank you. And it's okay off the air, but not on the
air. The intent about it is still there.
He doesn't want to really apologize.
The intent is there, but the use of the word, I didn't realize we were on there. And you should run your show a little better instead of having me get
I love
caught.
that.
You know, Bob.
Now you're blaming me for this. You're like Obama. You're blaming
And hear
me.
what she says? The woman says typical liberal. All right, now, I want you to go over, while that was going on, would you please run what Anderson Cooper was doing over on CNN at almost the exact same time? Do you have that? He's got a thing called his Ridiculist, and it's something that makes him giggle, right? Look, Anderson, you're a very nice fellow. It's okay that you were allegedly gay and everything else. But you should do everything you can to enhance your standing as a manly man, okay? I mean, you can pretend, you can say whatever you want to say, but in our country, it's better to be kind of manly when you're broadcasting the evening's news. So apparently he giggles at certain things, and this time he ended up giggling at one of his own stories, and he made his own Ridiculous.
Time now for the Ridiculous, and tonight we're adding Gérard Depardieu, noted French actor, Academy Award nominee, public urinator. That's right, I said urinator. Last night on a flight from Paris to Dublin, Depardieu reportedly peed on the floor. Apparently the plane was on the tarmac, and the flight attendant told him he'd have to wait to use the bathroom until takeoff. So Depardieu created his own little jet stream, or as the French would say, oui oui. When I first heard the story this morning, I thought there was no way it was real. But the airline CityJet confirmed it beyond any shadow of skepticism. And by that, I mean they vaguely tweeted about it.
Hey,
Quote,
Garrett, this is the wrong one. Okay. The one that he started giggling there, but the one that has the word pussy willow in it. He makes himself.
Okay, tonight we have no choice but to add last night's Ridiculous. So I guess I'm adding myself again. Also known as that time that I completely lost it on national television. Now I was talking about Gérard Depardieu, the French actor who reportedly peed on an airplane right there in the cabin in front of the other passengers. Now we went back and checked, and I just want you to know that last night's Ridiculous contained not one, not two, but 21 puns about the incident. I'm talking Jetstream, Wee Wee, Intercontinental Airlines, Thespian. There was also an Edith Piaf reference. Piaf. 21 puns, all soaked in good old-fashioned bathroom humor. Now, in case you're keeping score at home, it was number 16 that finally took me down. Let's take another look. Now, all I can say is they should thank their lucky stars it wasn't Depardieu.
Garrett.
Sorry.
Garrett.
Yeah.
No, he laughs at a story about a pussy willow.
Something in regards to Dingus Day.
Yeah, Dingus Day. But let me hear him giggle. By the way, all kidding aside, do you really believe if you were programming CNN against what they do at Fox that you would have this guy even do these fucking stories and giggle like that? Christina, all kidding aside, does it seem like there's something about it that's so pussified I can't take it? That's the problem. Am I right or wrong about this? Right. And you know, and of all the things they say about CNN, this is the last thing that they ought to be doing in the early evening. I mean, this is more stuff you would do like on the Today Show or he actually ought to be on during the day,
right?
Midday.
Have you watched CNN lately? There's cooking segments on CNN now. It's
unbelievable.
Yeah, the network's just a little different than
what I think they've done is they don't think they can win in the
news department,
I guess, and so they've gone. I think what they're doing is they've decided to go after women in a big way, and maybe get their women numbers up higher than men. I don't know. But what's sad is
there's all these little ladies on the couch with their skirts and their legs. You don't think it's more catered towards a man?
I think they're so confused over there they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. If you said to them that those women are supposed to attract men sexually, oh my God, you would be thrown out of the building.
Really?
So, Garrett, do you have Pussy Willow? We have Pussy Willow? This is the big
Dingus Day.
Let's try it. Okay. You've been ill, Garrett. I don't expect you to be sharp. Certainly you're not as sharp as a kidney stone. Here we go. Run it. Go back. I'm sorry.
Earl striking back with a tap from a Pussy Willow branch.
It's the end of the story. This is...
I'm not going to let you do this on this. All right. It's so stupid. It's really so stupid.
Oh my God.
Come on. It's just torture.
Oh my God.
Just gotta let it out. Just gotta let it out.
This used to happen to me before bedtime when I was a little girl.
I know. It sounds like a bunch of waterlogged drunk people hitting each other with sticks. And then, of course, there's the drinking and dancing and music and more drinking. There's really ain't no party like a Dingus Day party, because a Dingus Day party is the most random excuse to drink there is. Hey, if nothing else next year, you have a new excuse to drink if you can't hold out until Cinco de Mayo. You're welcome. And to the good citizens of Buffalo wringing out their clothes and tending to their beer and kielbasa hangover and Pussy Willow welts today, happy belated Dingus Day.
Now, Garrett, is there some way you can pull that laugh off and use it as a drop when we need a laugh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. But to me, that's no way to win, a rating in the evening. That's just weird. Now, I mean, did it make you laugh that he was giggling? Am I, and the clearing of his throat, it just sounded fake to me,
He was really dying, like, looking at it, but...
He was laughing.
Yeah.
But, you know what? It's not really the most manly laugh, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, after you say... It would be more manly, I'm gonna throw myself in here, okay? Pussy Willow, right? I would go like this. You ready? Pussy Willow. Kind of a manly thing, like that. I'd repeat Pussy Willow a couple of times, so you got the joke.
He just sat there. He didn't even make a sound for the first 10 seconds.
I know, it's girl giggling.
Yeah,
it's quiet girl giggling. Yeah. So when I'm watching TV and I hear Bob Beckel go, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then you tune over to Anderson Cooper and he's giggling about Pussy Willow. It's not hard to see why the numbers are the way they are. It just isn't.
Like in the morning, sometimes I don't feel like watching ESPN, or I watched it the night before, so I know what happened. So I'll try to turn on the news and I'll turn to CNN, and it's just there's nothing of substance that they're talking about. Like, does any news channel actually talk about real news, or is it all like stupid, heartwarming stories, or this guy said this about the right and the left is bad?
I think that what's happening is they know everything by the time you watch TV in the evening. Yeah, they know everything has been on, and so I think they're afraid, and in a way, to do the hard news again. And if I was running a news channel, I would have shown all the pictures of our soldiers with the severed heads and hands of the insurgents. I would have shown that all day long. And I would have shown every warehouse that was burning.
Well,
no matter where it is in the United States.
Did someone
huge fires.
Publish like the caskets of the soldiers and they got in trouble for it?
Well, now that I think is understandable. But what's happening now is that these guys are overseas. Look, you have any idea what our soldiers did to the corpses of people in Vietnam or Korea or World War II? You've got people that are trying to kill you, right? And so they're trying to kill you. You've fought. You've lost a bunch of your friends in this battle. And let me just say this. Whether we're right or wrong, the sons of bitches in the Second World War that we fought against were evil. The North Koreans and the Chinese were fucking evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fucking North Vietnamese. You know, the North Vietnamese and the Chinese again, fucking evil. Now, now the pricks we're fighting against now. 35 guys had been killed in the last couple of years in this battalion. So these insurgents were blowing themselves up, or they were killing them. So they were taking pictures with them. Now there are grandparents. Guys have their I remember my uncles pulling pictures out and stuff. These old kind of yellowed pictures of them holding some dead Japanese guy up. I'm not joking. Oh yeah, and guys' heads on bayonets and shit. Oh yeah, you're in a goddamn war. You know, we're not giggling like Anderson Cooper. So I would show that as a news guy. I would show that every day. Yeah. There's a famous news guy. And he now runs the Glenn Beck Company, and his name is Joel Cheatwood. And he ran CNN for a while, and I did a pilot over there for him, and I also worked for him over at Fox. He invented, when he was a local program director for TV stations, if it bleeds, it leads. You ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do. Car crashes. You see,
Yeah, but I don't like that either when you turn on the local news, and it's like,
that's why they win.
Accident or a fire.
That's why they win.
That's not really news. It's just like something that happened, but it doesn't affect my life at all. Or
you can't turn your eye away from it, though. Now, if I was programming in California, right out here where you would rent your, like 5 minutes from here, where you rent your kayaks and stuff, right? And there's a big giant pier and everything else. There is a juvenile great white shark in the bay. Right off the pier, and it's eaten and maimed a bunch of seals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're dragging the seals in half dead, and the shark apparently is small. Maybe he's only like 12 feet long or some nonsense, but he can't kill him. Well, now I would have shown the kayakers who just rented their kayaks paddling out into the very same area where the great white is. Oh, that's what I would have done. Oh yeah. Because I went down there and we're all looking for the great white, and all that. And I'm seeing people kayaking. Well, the great white comes from below and attacks you from below, like he sees the seal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd have put a camera underwater and shown the bottom of a fucking kayak with tourist feet dangling off the kayak. That's news. Now, would you watch that?
That's not what I'm looking for. I want actual, real news.
Like what?
Like what's going on in the world, or what in politics, but not like left and right and stuff that doesn't matter. Abortion or video games, violence in video games, that stuff. I want to know what's really happening, and there's not really any news channel that does that. Like maybe BBC America is the closest.
Well, I'll tell you what is pretty interesting is coming in December. George Bush had cut the taxes, and he had done some spending stuff and all, and that was like 8 years ago. That is all going to be gone away, I believe, in December, which is after the election.
Uh-huh.
So the taxes go up 2 or 3%, and then these spending cuts, I guess maybe they go in forever. Immediately, when those taxes come back and those 4 spending cuts or brought back in, and the two houses can't agree, the deficit will be helped tremendously. So it's kind of this accidental thing that's gonna happen, and so they must be now panicked because they're going to have to compromise with each other. Otherwise, all of the stuff that was stopped about 8 years ago is going to come back. I think if they just let that shit happen, they'll probably help the deficit by, $500 billion, $600 billion, something like that. They ought to just let it happen.
Yeah.
Now, do you like news like that?
Yes.
They ought to have me on then in the evening. Good evening. Good evening. I'm Jay Thomas. And not have politicians on. Not have elected officials on. You should have an economist on, and you should have a guy on. And here's what I would do. I would have a big jar of pennies on the desk. I've told you this before.
Mm-hmm.
And every time an economist comes on, I would have them guess how much money was in the jar of pennies.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And at the end of like 6 months, I would declare a winner. And we would call that person the number one economist on our show.
Wow.
Because is that not the hardest thing to do? They don't do that anymore.
I've never gotten the jelly bean thing correct.
There used to be, if you went to any kind of county fair or you went to, a raffle, there would be this jar of something, and you'd pay $1, and you'd guess how many were in there. I've never come close. That to me, and I've seen people count them, and try and figure it all out and everything else. A real economist would know how to do that,
I don't know if I'd want to see that on a news show, though.
Here's what I would do for you. You think a gallon of gasoline is expensive, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Diet Snapple, right?
Yeah.
Diet Snapple. 16 ounces for $1.29. 16 ounces, right?
Yeah.
How many ounces in a gallon?
Siri, how many ounces in a gallon?
How many ounces in a gallon?
I'm looking 128.
Okay. Diet Snapple.
Is what, 16?
16 ounces, $1.29. That's $10.32 a gallon when you drink Diet Snapple. That's expensive as hell. Gatorade, $1.59 an ounce. Actually, 20 ounces, $1.59. For a gallon, $10.17. Ocean Spray, 16 ounces, $1.25. $10 a gallon. Would you like to see this on the news?
Huh? Sounds like the Rush Limbaugh thing.
Wait a minute. Brake fluid, 12 ounces, $3.15. That's $33.60 a gallon. You ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
You ready? Scope, 1.5 ounces for $1. That's $85 a gallon. Pepto-Bismol, 4 ounces for $4, $124 a gallon. And finally, Vicks NyQuil, 6 ounces for $8.35, $178.13 a gallon. That's real news. We'll be right back. In a few minutes, Natalie Fabia and Miss Hooker winner, Miss Kitty Cadillac. Do we have them coming up next?
I believe it might just be Miss Kitty Cadillac.
Now, she won. I mean, she's a real hooker? I mean, she's a real prostitute.
No.
What do you mean?
That's the thing. All these women are not hookers. At least according to...
But wait, Tracy Lords is in there. Now, she's not a hooker.
She's a judge.
Tracy Lords, by the way, is the typical woman that when she was trying to be a real actress, this is years ago when I was developing my style, I had her on the air at Power 106, and of course she left the building within a matter of minutes. I said, do you really think anybody is going to forget what they saw you do on camera, as a porno star? And she said exactly, she says, I was 16, I was abused, I was drugged. I said, really? Really? Well, you didn't look abused and drugged when, and I couldn't be as graphic as I am when you had as many penises sticking, in you if you'd look like a fucking pincushion if they were sticking out of you, right? Now,
you ever see those videos?
Oh yeah, no, she was a huge porno star, huge.
So you've seen child porn.
I didn't know she was 16 when I was watching, and I burned all of those VHSs as soon as I found out.
And acid washed his eyes.
So, she's Miss Hooker, but she's not really a hooker?
Yes, it was hard to find a lot of info on this, but I believe all these women are regular professional women, and they just dress up like hookers to try to win the contest.
That's ridiculous. I thought they were real hookers.
I don't think so.
So they had a contest where would they do things like hookers? Would they?
I guess they dressed up like hookers, and they had a talent show. One girl ate a hot dog.
What? I can do all of that.
Another one read a book on stage.
The picture I'm looking at, every one of these girls looks to be whiter than white.
Well,
and
one's tattooed.
No, when I mean whiter than white, first of all, I found this contest to be very discriminatory.
Was one pregnant?
And yes, it looks like that too. And I defy you to go down to wherever town you're in, or to go to any lot where our many truck drivers go, and tell me that you're going to see all white hookers. You're going to see Hispanic, Chinese, black, and toothless whites. That's what you're going to see. So now, Garrett, and by the way, I okayed this, but I thought that it was a real thing, that the women were prostitutes and they were trying to, so they're not. I'm tempted to cancel. I really am.
Well, the winner, she at least acted like a prostitute and worked a stripper pole and set her boobs on fire.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, so I think
is she the one with tattoos?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, she's got some.
Then later on, we're going to have a man that's a little nervous about coming on, and he wanted you to talk to him, Garrett. Bill Tonneson.
Yes.
He has built a statue of a naked. He's calling it a naked baby, but it's a naked woman. It's an obese naked lady. Mm-hmm. He placed it outside of his home in Tempe, Arizona, and people saying this is an offending piece of art, and it must be taken down. And they're calling it obscene, and it stands in full view of a church and a preschool, and it's just a piece of art of an obese woman on a swing, right? Kind of on a swing, or sitting there, or something like that.
There's like something over her head.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Jay of New Jersey. Hi, Jay. It's Jay Thomas. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Jay?
Yeah.
No, I just was calling because it's the reason that Fox and Sean Hannity, it's such calculated bullshit propaganda that they get their liberal voices, Bob Beckel, who ran Walter Mondale's campaign that lost 49 states.
That's right.
So they get their liberal voice, the guy that speaks up for the liberal half of America is the biggest idiot that they can find.
Well, they also use me, and I'm not kidding. I like going on there, but I don't know that I even have all the friggin' facts. Well,
I think that they invite you because you're entertaining, because you're a funny guy, I guess.
Here's why Beckel. Here's why Beckel is liked. This is why he's liked. Beckel was apparently an alcoholic at one time, and he has stopped drinking, and he became a born-again Christian. So what they like about him is that he's this Democrat who's a born-again Christian, as if that makes him closer to their policies, I guess. I don't know. But you're right. And I think that Sean knows exactly what he's doing. The other night, I'm sure they got in trouble. I think the FCC will probably say something to them, right?
Well, it's on cable. You could curse.
You can?
Yeah, you could curse on cable. They just don't like it because advertisers.
Right. So they apologized, and the liberal guy did it, so it won't hurt him. But sure, it's great for him. By the way, for those of you that buy this Avion water, 9 ounces for $1.49, that's $21 per gallon for water. Okay?
Now, I could kind of blow a little hole in this price thing.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like
a gallon of gasoline's $4.50 or whatever?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Saying?
You're saying, like, if you buy a little bottle of Snapple, then if you ratio it out to a gallon, it's blah, blah, blah. But if you bought a half-gallon jug of Snapple, it's not going to cost that much. They sell bigger portions of Snapple.
No, what I'm saying is that we eat and drink stuff that is not necessary for our lives that cost anywhere from $10 to $180 a friggin' gallon.
I see.
And
not
then
necessary. I got you.
And then you complain about the price. Yeah. By the way, Avion spelled backwards, and this is the joke that the French pulled on us, is naive. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And naive means just exactly what in French we say. It means they don't know anything or they're young. It means fucking stupid. When you say naive,
American in France.
What's that?
It means American in France.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jay in New Jersey. You know what, Jay? I don't like it when the fucking caller's funnier and quicker than I am. I don't like it.
I apologize, Jay.
Well, there you go. I accept your apology. You probably didn't even know we're on the air. So, all right. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay, very much. Also, here's a trick that people try. Did you see the guy that tried to sell silver by sending me an email, Garrett?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to announce that you sell silver, you fucking idiot. Real fine looker, $8 hooker, all night cooker, a happy hooker with Well, let me apologize in advance. I thought they were real hookers, but apparently they're not real hookers. Hey, Natalia Fabia, is that who you are? Hey, Natalia, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
So you've never taken money for sex?
No.
Wow. You know how much money you could make, though? Tons.
I'm the hooker wrangler, though.
You're the what?
I'm the hooker wrangler, though. I'm the one who kind of started this whole thing. I'm not one of the girls.
Well, why would you call it a hooker thing and make people like me think that, you were really... they were real hookers. You know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed.
Did it spark an interest, though?
Well, it got you on the show, didn't it? Maybe call you right away.
No, well, I'm actually a painter, and that's kind of what I started calling all the girls and people I was painting, so it just kind of stuck.
Now, if I did that as a man, I would get in trouble.
Maybe.
Not maybe. No, not maybe. You'd be the first one to sue me. So you had Tracy Lords there, was one of the judges?
Yes.
Now, here's what's sad about Tracy. No matter what she said, well, listen, no matter what she says and no matter how, sorry you feel for her as a young woman who was led down some... I was kind of trying to make a serious statement here.
No, I'm listening. Well, yeah, I never said I felt sorry for her. I'm listening.
Oh, so you... Good. I'm glad you don't feel sorry for her. Because years ago I interviewed her and I said, I don't think anyone's ever going to be able to forget what you did. And, she's been out of the business 20 years.
Right.
How was she? Because when I interviewed her a long time ago, she must be in her 40s or 40 years old. She had to be 20, 21 or something when I interviewed her. And by the way, I never watched any of her videos until I was 21.
Right. So you were 21 and she was like 14.
Yeah, she had to be 14. And she said she was forced into it. What was she like to be the judge of this thing?
She was a doll. I mean,
wow.
She was so sweet. Like, she's a mom now. She's totally... All the girls were the most nervous about her because they love her in that movie Cry Baby and all that. So even though Dave Navarro was the other judge, the girls were more focused on Tracy.
Now, Christina, do you know Cry Baby, the movie with Tracy Lords?
No,
you know
I don't.
What was Cry Baby? Was it a regular feature film?
I've seen it.
It was with Johnny Depp. It was like kind of 50s kind of musical. It was cute.
Yeah. Garrett, was she good in it?
Yeah, she's not bad. And she's been in a bunch of things that...
She has?
Yeah.
Bunch of movies? Okay, all right. You know, I'm one of these people, Natalia, I just don't... Not only do I not forgive, you know what I mean? I never forget. Mm-hmm. I don't forgive or forget. And I bring things up all the time. Like it'd be 5 years later, 10 years later, I'd be with Tracy. I go, oh, really? You were in pornos. Like that. I just to throw that out there.
I would have brought up to the other judge, Alexis Arquette, that she used to be man.
Alexis Arquette used to be a man. What was her name when she was a man?
Alex.
I don't know. Alex, probably.
So you had Dave Navarro, Tracy Lords, and Alexis Arquette, three people that may have taken money for sex in their day.
Probably, yeah.
All right, just checking. And now, who was the winner of the Miss Hooker pageant there?
Miss Kitty Cadillac.
Kitty, are you with us now, Miss Kitty Cadillac?
Yes. Hi, Jay.
Right.
How are you?
I'm good. How much? I know you're not a real hooker, and I was stunned because I thought it was a real hooker there. And look, my mistake. How much? Women always have a price. If the guy was really good looking and he was clean and he was like 30 years old, how much would you charge?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'd have to be really drunk, first of all.
No. Why?
Yeah.
No.
30, I mean, we could go a little younger. That'd be good.
25. Guys, 25. Okay, 25. He's nice looking. He's clean. Has one of those, no body fat kind of physiques. And but let's say you were a hooker and you only take guys that you approve of. What would you charge for an evening of entertainment and then finishing it with sex?
I think I would set my standards kind of high and go into probably $3,000-$4,000.
$3,000 or $4,000 for the night.
Sure. Wow.
Okay. All right.
Especially if he's attractive and there's chemistry if we're into it. A little something for him, a little something for me.
It is amazing though that there are women that are gorgeous and that they're in pornos and that they're hookers and everything else, and then you meet women that are attractive and smart and everything else, and there is a gulf there that Miss Kitty, you're pretending to be a hooker. There is a gulf there.
Correct.
There that you would never cross, and it is the oddest thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I think men would take money for sex. I think a regular guy, if he was offered enough money, Garrett, would you?
Of course.
Garrett, would you take money for, even though you're not a male hooker, would you take money to have sex with a clean woman?
I wouldn't even need money. What do you mean?
Would need money. Well, there you go. So, Kitty, you get up on stage. You've got Dave Navarro, Tracy Lords, and Alexis Arquette judging you. What did you do to become Miss Hooker?
Well, I tell you, I'm actually, I'm kind of a girl of many talents. I'm a exotic dancer. I've been a stripper for many, many years, and I also do burlesque, and I teach pole dancing. So it was very natural for me to get up there and play with the crowd and play with the judges and stuff. And everybody was really, really cool, and I just brought it. And
did you set your breast on fire? That's one of my favorite things.
Yes, I did. That was my talent.
How do you not burn your areola?
Well, I had pasties on because it was at the Dragonfly, and so I had to cover my nipples. But I have special pasties that I make specifically for my fire show. And I light them up and torch them out. So
now, years ago, I was in the circus, and I had to learn how to eat fire to be in the circus. And it took me. I guess I went to these classes for 2 or 3 weeks. And did you know this about me, Garrett? I was a fire eater in the circus.
Yes.
Okay. And I also laid on a bed of nails, and they stacked.
You did other things too. Yeah.
They stacked concrete blocks on my chest, and a big giant strong man hit the concrete blocks with a sledgehammer. And crushed. I know, that's what I did in the circus, right? So as a fire eater, by the way, you don't use gasoline. You use when you blow the fire, you use gasoline. But when you eat the fire, you use kerosene because it's not explosive, right? But I had to blow. As you're eating fire, you're blowing out. You blow the flame away, and then you put the fire in your mouth, and you're kind of robbing it of oxygen, right? But we had to learn how to take the little wand, place it on our tongue, and everything else. But I caught my hair on fire. I burned my lips. I mean, I had a big thing. When you first started catching your tits on fire, did you? Did you? Not that you have any hair there, but did you catch anything on fire? I mean, how do you just learn that?
Well, the first time I saw it while I was working at a totally nude club, and I saw this girl. She had these matches, and she put these matches on her nipples, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And
how did she attach the nipple matches to her nipples?
She basically what we do is we take a match, just a regular match. You split it in half, and then you lick it and stick it on your nipple.
Oh no, I've seen.
Wait a minute. I thought you were going to say you put the match in the milk hole.
No.
I don't know a lot about. You know what? I don't know a lot about the female anatomy, but is the milk hole, Christina? Is the milk hole doesn't get big, or I don't know.
I think the milk hole is more like a sponge. There's not really one big hole.
It sticks on there somehow.
Wait a second. You lick the end of a match and it just sticks by itself? That's impossible.
You have to split it.
Try it. It works. Trust me.
Now, I've seen women with inverted nipples do the breast on fire, but they just stick it in the inverted nipple. But I didn't know you could do it with a normal nipple.
Oh, yeah. I got nice, perky, normal nipples, and they stick just fine. I've only dropped
I had
them
some
a couple
matches
times.
here.
Jay's
I have
trying
perky nipples, too. I thought I had some matches. But I can't wait for the show to be over. I can just tell you that right now. I am going to be. I have an asbestos couch that I used when I was learning how to be a fire eater. By the way, the Miss Hooker winner was Miss Kitty Cadillac, and she was the crowned Miss Hooker at the Dragonfly Bar in Hollywood. I'm going to tell you something now, Natalia. Natalia, why are there no blacks or Hispanic or Chinese women, represented here? I found that to be.
There's an Asian girl.
Where? Really?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and there was almost a black girl. It just happened to be who tried out and who.
It was almost a black girl. Okay. Is there a woman there that's pregnant?
Yeah, that's me.
You are all the way to the right. Pregnant with the short shirt on and the come fuck me pumps.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you dance? You're due tomorrow?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty crazy. That's nutty. Now, is there a husband or are you just doing this on your own?
Just on my own. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, there is.
Wow. I know how proud he and his mother must be of you.
Well, he plays in a band called Bad Religion, so I don't think it matters.
Oh, he's in Bad Religion. So, Kitty, have you ever danced burlesque in New Orleans by any chance?
No, not yet.
Okay. Because I'm a member. I work with it's called Bust Out Burlesque, and I work there all the time in New Orleans. I was wondering if you ever did any of those shows there. So okay.
Not yet, but looking forward to going to New Orleans for sure.
All you've got to do is contact Rick DeLop at Bust Out Burlesque and say, Jay Thomas told me to contact you, and it's done.
Awesome.
Because I don't believe they have a woman that lights her nipples on fire. I don't think we have that one.
I don't think so.
All right. Okay, so now, when you say you dance nude and you do all this stuff and you sound like a delightful person, immediately most of us think that you could be a high-priced hooker also. I mean, because it's okay. Your body is a temple, and you look at it differently than the rest of us do, and everything else. So to me, it seems like if a very wealthy sheik or something came over,
oh boy,
and he had a condom that had that sickle and the half moon on it, from Egypt. if he had that condom on it like that, that you could maybe be convinced, because your body is a pleasure palace, and that's the way I think you look at it, and you can decide who and what you want to do with it. So I think everyone that sees, even the great burlesque dancers that I see also, I think we all believe that they could be talked into sex for money.
Almost anyone could, though. You can't say that.
What's that? Is the pregnant lady saying we can't say that?
I'm not. I was just going to say, being in the adult entertainment industry as an exotic dancer, I mean, we are selling a service. Right. It's a sexy service. For myself personally, I don't sell myself for sex, but I do sell my body for entertainment, and it's something I own. I own that, and I'm very confident and comfortable in my body. So every time that I do perform, I always want to make sure that everybody's entertained and having a good time. But it doesn't always, like fall back on, how much to take you home. I usually just ignore those people that talk to me like that, because it's just disrespectful. But, I sell a service. So in a way, I'm kind of hooking it a little bit, but hooking it in a very kind of positive way, because I don't think there's anything wrong with the female body, and I think women should. No,
you know what? There is not, and it's been religious people did this on purpose. If you've read the Dan Brown books, right? They made sex, evil, and they made the woman, Now, Garrett, do you think you could ever fall in love with and take home to mom a woman that was an exotic dancer like Miss Hooker, 2012, Miss Kitty Cadillac?
Just an exotic dancer?
Yeah. It takes all of her clothes off and lights her nipples on fire and stuff, yeah.
But she's not a hooker.
No. She's Miss Kitty.
Yeah,
this woman right here. Would you be okay with that as your life went on and settle down with a woman like that?
Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all.
Really?
Yeah,
I would say shit to her whenever I got in an argument. Oh, really? Why don't you go light your tits on fire? Like that. I would use it against you. That's my problem. So
you wouldn't be able to handle it.
I don't know.
You like being yelled at and being told your tits need to be
No, but if you were to tell me to go light your tits on fire, I would probably giggle, run off, and do that.
And then come back and put the flames in my face.
Totally.
All right. Yeah. Well, look, Natalia, this has turned out better than I thought. You brought somebody very close to being a hooker. Miss Kitty Cadillac. Who was the woman that ate the hot dog on stage?
Oh, Miss America, fuck yeah.
Miss America, fuck you, that's her name?
Yes.
Wow. And where is the Dragonfly Bar? I need to start hanging out there. Where is that in Hollywood?
It's on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Santa Monica Boulevard. Okay. So Miss America, fuck you was there.
We're doing a mud wrestling show there tomorrow night. I perform with the Devil's Playground. And we're bringing back the old 80s glow style female mud wrestling and burlesque. So that's at the Dragonfly tomorrow night.
So if you're in the Hollywood area tomorrow night, I happen to be having a procedure done to a lymph node, and I'm unable to be there.
Now the last hooking.
I don't want my lymph node to be draining while you're on stage. Yes, go ahead, Garrett. What is it?
Well, there's mud involved. So
okay. Well, I'll put some mud on my lymph node. Yes, Garrett, go ahead.
The last Miss Hooker beauty pageant was in 2008, correct?
Yes.
Now is this on a Olympic schedule? Is that why?
I didn't mean for it to be that way, but yes, it kind of was.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It'll probably be early now.
Okay.
Okay, well, anytime, and next time bring Miss America Fuck Me on. That sounds like a...
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's a good one. Okay, well, look, tomorrow night, the Dragonfly Bar in Hollywood, there'll be mud wrestling and burlesque, and the Miss Hooker champion will be there. And good luck, Natalia. Is it a boy or a girl? Do we know?
No, I don't know yet.
Wow. And really, you're going to be in the... Are they going to... what do they do when they jump on your stomach and force the kid out, or is it going to be natural?
No, I'm not being induced, so it could happen tonight, tomorrow, next week, whenever.
How do you feel? You sound fine.
Are you freaking out?
Great.
No. Wow.
Yeah.
Your first kid?
Yep.
Wow. Congratulations.
You know what I would
You're
like
gonna
to
have
see?
to push shoulders through your vagina any second. That doesn't scare you at all?
No, I'm
not
ready.
on me.
You know how many guys have tried to push their shoulders back in? Okay? All right? If that doesn't scare you, nothing will. Well, look, you know what I'd like to see is all of the Miss Hooker contestants in their garb surrounding you while the baby's coming out. That would be a photograph.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That'd be fabulous, wouldn't it? All right. Well, look, Kitty, thank you very much. Contact my friend in New Orleans. I'm not joking about that. Natalia Fabia, which is very close to Labia. Congratulations. Or Labia, however you like to say it.
Very much.
And what's the baby's name if it's a boy? Do you know?
Not sure yet.
Jay Thomas.
What's the baby's name if it's a girl? You mean you haven't done any naming?
No, I have a few ideas, but I need to see a face.
Isn't it bad luck to say the name before it's born? Or no?
My kids are already enrolled.
I don't want to say it.
My kids were enrolled in college when they were like, just 9 weeks in the womb. You want to see that? Can I be honest with you? The faces are not going to tell you anything.
It's not that cute. It won't
they're squinched
Not at
up.
first.
They're squinched up. They're kind of misshapen because they're coming down that tube, and there's blood, and there's
Some
like
kind of a white substance sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pasty.
You know what? If you name it right away, I think you're going to be sorry because you might name it, Squiggy or something, because when you see it, it's not, you know what? Wait a few days. Let their personality develop, okay? Wait like 3 days. All right. Natalia, thank you. Miss Hooker winner, Miss Kitty Cadillac, tomorrow night, the Dragonfly in Hollywood. Have a great time. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much.
All right. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's go to Fred of Calgary. Fred, when you heard the woman say she was a nude dancer with perky nipples, what did that do to you, Fred?
Well, I think you went too far, Jay, because I didn't need to know that you had perky nipples also.
Wow. By the way, I thought my question about putting it in the milk hole was the best question.
That was it. I've got to say to you, though, when I was...
Made my nipples get hard when I said that.
Wait, hold it up. You have kind of a weird connection here, but put Fred up, please. People complain about that. Turn Fred up. But yes, Fred, go ahead. We're all nipples. Ears. Go ahead, Fred.
Yeah, I got a story for you. When I was 14, I had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I'd go over to her house after school, and her mother was a hooker, eh? She was a streetwalker, eh? Not a call girl or nothing, just, walk the streets.
You mean like a slimy woman that would show her wares as cars drove by and stuff?
Absolutely. I'd go over there, and she'd be getting dressed, eh? She'd put on a short little mini skirt and a see-through blouse, and she had a platinum blonde wig, and she'd get all dolled up, and it was really funny. The last thing she said to us every time I was over there before she left to go do her thing, she'd say, "Hey kids, I'm off. Don't do anything I wouldn't."
Now, how did that little girl turn out?
I have no idea. I only went with her for about 7-8 months.
Now, did you have sex with her?
Well, with her daughter, yes. Not with the mother.
That's what I mean. But was the little girl upset by the fact?
Well, she was my age. We were both 14.
Both 13, and she knew her mother was a streetwalker.
Oh, yeah, she was the one that told me her mother was.
Wow. Did you meet her at the Boys and Girls Club?
No, I didn't.
That's where I swear to God, you go to the Boys and Girls Club in Lower Manhattan, and all the mothers are streetwalkers, and then they're the little kids at the Boys and Girls. That's a wonderful place. That's where Denzel learned it all. All right, well, thank you very much. All right, Fred, you're great. All right, stay where you are. Later on, by the way, we'll have a man on who has a plaster statue of an obese woman in his front yard, and the neighbors are suing him for that. And these nipples are not. What's the matter, Gary?
He wanted a little pre-interview.
Sure.
Never been on the radio before, and I talked to him.
Sure. Did you?
I gave him the free trial information, so he could be listening now, so we could see if he'll still call in at 5:30 if he still likes the show. Because, some other guests have listened.
So he's listening for free right now.
I hope so.
For them.
But he sounded like a type of guy that would like this show. So
he has a big fat woman on a stool, and he's being sued by his neighbors. Of course he'll like this show. He is a troublemaker.
And his wife even hates it, and he's saying, too bad.
Listen. What's his name again? What's his
Bill
name?
Tonneson.
Bill Tannison, let me tell you something. I hope you do show up. I don't even know you, man, and I love you, okay? You're fighting for your rights, okay? It used to be when people hit middle age, they would get a sports car, they would leave their wives, they would meet some young girl down at a strip club or whatever. What's happening now, and I mean this, that's why we have so many nuts on this show. Most of them turn out to be middle-aged men that are having some weird thing happen to them. And I think that tell your wife, would you rather me have this big, fat statue on the front lawn, or actually have that woman naked in a little cheap motel room downtown?
That's a good point.
Yeah, very good point. Stay where you are. We get a lot of emails. You can contact me pretty easily at jthomasshow@gmail.com. Christina pretty much handles the Facebook page. How's that going?
It's going. You've
Going
recently added about 41 new friends.
Wow. Okay, good. Now, we need to put on jthomas.com. You put likes or something, don't you? And it goes over to the Facebook, right? Is that it? I don't even know if we...
You have to make a fan page. Is your page... I don't think your page is a fan page.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So I have to make jthomas.com a fan page.
On Facebook, you make a J. Thomas fan page, and then I think you could put a like on your website, and then if people click it, they become a fan of you.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
that's good. I can do that. I'll tell you what's really strange. When I did not the Fox show, it was the CNN show, which is so strange because not a lot of right-wing people are watching this show. So I go on there a couple of months back when I was in New York, and this guy, whatever his name is, Pollock, was on there. And it was right after Breitbart had dropped dead. And the guy comes on, and it was about, here's what's funny. I've forgotten the controversy. It was something to do with here's the weird thing. I don't remember what the conversation was. But on Breitbart.com, there is this whole page with hundreds of people vilifying me, and the headline that says, left-wing talk show host Jay Thomas, racist comments, racist rant. It's unbelievable. And there's some purported email from me to some person named Morgenstein. I swear to God. And then at the bottom of it, it has something to do with that I'm a racist also. It's unbelievable. And it all comes from people who go on that site who didn't even watch the show.
Yeah.
What the hell was I don't remember what the discussion was that I said to the guy, look, white guy to white guy, why are you so scared of black people? That's what I said to him, right?
And his wife was black, right, or something?
And they kept saying she's an African-American. She's not. She's from South Africa. Whole different group of individuals. Whole different, okay? And certainly has nothing to do with the African-American experience. But what were we arguing about? What was the guy there? Oh, the professor from Harvard who Barack Obama hugged, and then he gave a speech. That was it. And the guy does some racial, what do you call it? Gosh, critical race theory, right? Now, then emails started coming in my direction saying that I was a racist, but this guy, Jeff Pollock, is Jewish. And so they added to that I'm anti-Semitic. It's going to come as a real shock to my Jewish wife and children and my in-laws, but I guess they'll have to find out eventually. Yeah. So this guy Pollock, I also said on some other show what a nerd he was or whatever. Then this Morgenstern person sends me a note, and I said, people with the, name like Morgenstern or whatever, which sounded German to me, you get picked on all the time or you were bullied or whatever. It's pretty amazing. We got to find this website, Christina, and we need to send all of my backers. I feel like Cavio and Rich right now with this elevated feeling of myself.
Oh, jeez.
How important I am. We need to send all of my backers, all of my, my army. We need to send them to this website. I think if you go on Breitbart.com, I think there's a headline there about me being a racist and calling for me to be fired and stuff. I swear to God. It was sent to me the other day by a friend of mine that goes on Breitbart. It's pretty crazy. Can you find it? You see it? Jay Thomas, and left-wing talk show host. I've never been called that before. What's amazing is that you actually get more traction off of the vitriolics of the right wing. You get they're fabulous. You can say fuck on their show. You can
CNN panelist Jay Thomas fires off anti-Semitic email rant.
Yes. To the woman Morgenstein or whatever his name was. And look how many comments there are. Now, did you go to Breitbart?
Yeah, it's right on Breitbart.
Okay, look. I want all of my fans. I want my army. I want Jay's army.
Morgenstein, yep.
Attack. But here's how you attack. You have to do what I do. You have to say you're in some form, you're in the armed services. Former Marine. You have to make yourself
email that you wrote her and everything.
Yeah, my email and everything. All of it. Now look, attack. But you have to go on as if you're not a fan. What you are is you're just a commenter. But you're right wing. You've got to say you're right wing. Mm-hmm. You've got to say you're in the armed services, that you've killed insurgents and taken pictures of them with their severed body parts around you. You have to say that you voted for George Bush, you're going to vote for Mitt Romney, and you believe in the tenets, you're against abortion, all of it. And then you have to say that you think you like me or whatever it is, but you must attack. So let them read that you're one of them. And then attack. So, Gary, can you read? What do you left? The email?
One sentence is it just, obviously Jay is using the name Morgenstein in place of the word Jew.
I swear to God, isn't that unbelievable? So look, please read what the woman Morgenstein, is it a man or a woman? I don't even know.
It's a woman, I believe.
Yeah. Please read then there's another woman who started writing me constantly saying that she was a Mexican American, and she took offense. And I wrote her back. I went, "What channel was this on?" I didn't even remember it. Right. So read the woman's email.
Hold on. This woman obviously tattletaled on you, right? She wrote you an email. You wrote her back.
No, not me. She wrote the email to my manager. My manager's name is Christine Holder. And she is on the website, but they think it's Christina. And I'm going to have to get that changed.
How did I get involved in this?
They think they're sending you a note because they hear you on the... I don't think so. But a lot of people send my manager stuff thinking it's to you, Christina. You should see the shit she gets.
Why don't I ever get it?
Because...
It's illegal.
My manager... No, they're just sending it to Christine. And my manager gets this stuff and goes, "My God."
I want to read it. It's probably awful.
But this woman obviously told Breitbart on you, or who?
Yes, Breitbart, whatever it is. Now,
well, he's not.
He's dead now.
Yeah.
Read her original email. Do they have it there?
I recently saw your client Jay Thomas on CNN interviewing.
Oh, she's turning me into my manager.
Interviewing Jason Pollock, which you weren't doing.
No.
I believe the best advice for your client is to stick to so-called comedy. His ignorance on political views is embarrassing. His disgusting interview with Jason was sickening. Accusing someone of being racist just because he has the nerve to criticize the president's radical associations. These idiot actors have to realize people just don't give a damn on what their opinion is. Blank Morgenstein.
Blank Morgenstein.
They blacked out her first name.
They redacted it.
Yes.
What pissed me off, they redacted my my email address and my website. I need that publicity. So then what was my email back to her?
Hey, Morgenstein. Just because you and Pollock have the same background, it doesn't mean you have to side with him. Oh, yeah, I know who you are. And I bet when you were a boy during your formative years, the name Morgenstein was on every bully's tongue. And to make yourself feel better, you decided to discriminate against others as you were discriminated against. But you couldn't do it overtly, so you hid behind the mask of so-called conservatism. Every kid I ever knew was picked on. And there are a lot of Morgensteins, quote-unquote, on that list. As soon as they got a little power, they turn on those they should, in fact, embrace. So there. Thanks for watching. I'm so awful that I'm rebooked for June and August. Please find the time to tune in. All the best.
Now,
Boom!
Listen, I said nothing racist or anything about Jewish people. I wasn't even thinking about it. This is the truth. Every guy I know or every woman I know that was picked on or was given trouble as a kid has turned either into a crazed, totally left-wing nut or a crazed, totally right-wing nut. I mean, it's just the truth. I mean, and that's what I was saying to her. Now read the comments. They're unbelievable. Now, do you find that racist or anti-Semitic at all? Did you find that anti-Semitic?
No.
And I really mean this. I was just using it that Morgenstein is a funny name. It would be like
so
your last
Charlie
name.
Sheen, but you saw how that worked out.
How about this? How about your last name is
Goldberg?
No. They're funny names like Bernardi,
Hassenpfeffer,
whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, Bernardi, right? That's an ass-kicking name, right? As soon as your name is Bernardi or something like that, or Hassenpfeffer or whatever, Or how about your name is Cold Door, right? Cold Door. I know a guy named Johnny Cold Door. People would say shit to him all the time. Hey, Cold Door, and they beat the shit out of him, right? Because your last name's weird.
Yeah.
I've even said this on the air. When you have a weird last name. Morgenstein? Oh, my God. That is definitely, you got to trip them. You got to trip. Hey, Morgenstein. Oh, there you go. Like that. So what are some of the things against me on there? It's unbelievable.
They want to know if Helen Thomas is your mother.
Oh, my God. That old beat-up woman, that old reporter woman is dead. And what else?
I remember when I saw that exchange that Thomas appeared to me as the bullying type.
That's
he reeks of it. The way he tried to twist Jason's words and played the race card. I don't think there's any doubt that he was a bully as a child, and clearly nothing has changed now that he is an adult.
Now, I wasn't a bully, but as I got older and got muscles, I became one. Oh, yeah. I really wasn't a bully. I was picked on. I'm the typical guy that was picked on. You become a comic or an actor or something, or your life is all fucked up. Well, anyway, go to the Breitbart.com. Look up that thing.
If you Google Breitbart,
it's on your Facebook.
Breitbart.
Well, it's horrible what they've said about me. Attack!
I've put it on your Facebook, Jay, and we're tweeting it right now.
Attack! Oh, one of them is going to tell Howard on me. Read down there. It says that on one of my shows, I refuse to say anything about Howard or something, and the person on there is going to tell Howard on me. I swear to God. It's the wild. How many? It's like 150 mentions or something? God, I wish I could bring them in here and they'd buy radios. That's all they care about. But that's wild, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
170 comments.
That's from like a couple of months ago. It's unbelievable. It's still happening. Weird. I just got this from a guy named, now look, this guy's name is Silky Vine. That's what this guy's name is. Silky Vine. I'd pick on you in a minute. Why are you so gutless, you punk? At least Mel Gibson had the courage to come out of the closet. Wow. Silky Vine.
I just jerked off and my Silky Vine came out.
Yeah. By the way, for those of you that have been listening or seeing this screenplay writer, Joe Estevez, who's kind of nutty on his own, he was living with Mel Gibson, and he brought his entire family to live with Mel Gibson in this apparently incredible compound that he has in Costa Rica, I believe. And Mel either goes off his medicine or drinks or does something, allegedly. I don't know. But he goes crazy. And we've heard him rant on these telephone calls that the Russian woman got him on. Mm-hmm. What Mel Gibson sounds like to me is he's a victim of his own kookiness. So this guy Esterhaus kind of moves in over there, right? And he's got his kids and everybody. And Mel Gibson, do you have that?
Yes.
This was done on a cell phone, obviously. And it's one of Esterhaus's kids. And Mel Gibson, I think, is angry at Esterhaus's family, right?
So they're just living with Mel Gibson now?
Supposedly, Esterhaus was writing a script about this Hebrew hero. The Maccabean Games is named after a guy named Maccabee. It sounds Scottish for some reason, but that's the name. And so this is supposed to be the actual sounds of Mel Gibson in another room, either yelling at a kid who is working for him or one of Esterhaus's kids or either Joe Esterhaus himself, who is there supposedly writing a screenplay. So run this and we'll play it again tomorrow morning at Howard 101 also. But let's listen to it.
Why do I have a first draft of the magazine?
Oh, my God.
What the fuck have you been doing?
Freedom!
It's pretty crazy, though.
Yeah, there's some lulls in that, but here comes another guy.
It sounds like they're near a waterfall, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They are. That's a waterfall inside the house.
I gotta work. You're getting paid. I'm not. Yes.
Wow.
I have earned money, so I can give the top sucker who takes advantage of me.
That is nuts.
Every motherfucker. So hurry the fuck up.
What's that?
Slamming a door, maybe?
Waterfall sounds really
Who
nice.
wants to eat? Who the fuck wants to eat? Go have something to eat. Hooray!
Oh, my God.
I like something to eat.
Fuck!
Oh, my God. That is...
Winning.
And then it's pretty much waterfall for the rest. Now, the only thing I heard was, who wants to eat? So maybe, who wants to go to bed? I'll read you a bedtime story. Maybe he just talks loud.
You think he was yelling because it's noisy in the house, you think?
Yeah, yeah. Who wants some dessert?
I know. My mom would always be like, Chris, dinner.
Yeah, see?
So you just believe that was his normal conversational tone?
Yeah, and that
All right,
slam
well,
was just the cupboard shutting, checking what ice cream flavors he had.
Well, there you go. Now that you did it that way.
Now, do they say what he was yelling about? Is that out yet?
You can hear, there is one point where you can hear him saying, "You work for me, and you will do what I say," or something. That's what I gleaned from it. Now, it was edited down to where it would go right to what he was saying. And so, did you see the same screen I saw where the edit marks were?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. But we know that that's what he sounds like allegedly, we have no idea, from those phone calls that the Russian woman released a long time ago. What's sad about Mel Gibson is, besides being kind of kooky sounding, what's sad about it is he sounds like he's used by people also. Like this Joe Esterhaus guy hasn't written anything in quite a while. The next thing you know, he goes into harm's way. It turns out exactly like many people would have thought it was going to turn out, perhaps. And then he moves away with his family and starts saying Mel Gibson's nuts, right?
Yeah.
And playing videos and stuff, or audio of the video. So to me, maybe I would have done that, and I would have come back and said, wow, man, that was a crazy experience. I would never in a million years, I can't imagine, out of all the things that have been done in front of me or around me on a television set or on a movie set, or I would never have played anything for anybody.
Yeah, outed someone. Yeah.
No, never.
Especially if they let you live in their house with your kids and stuff, and then you
and you know
out.
He's a guy that when he gets under pressure, seemingly explodes. Seemingly.
Yeah, yeah.
And if he's still perhaps drinking or whatever, and this is all alleged, we have no idea if that's even Mel Gibson's voice. But this is what this guy Joe Esterhaus is also allegedly, releasing. I hate to keep saying it like that, but that's really all you got. So, you feel sorry for this guy Mel Gibson, and many of you have to realize this: when you're a parent and you say things and you make huge actions, it's going to affect your kids. It's like these kids that are gunned down with their parents in these right-wing compounds, that there's a guy now not paying taxes or something. It might be in Texas, right? Mm-hmm. But he's got his 16-year-old son there and his daughters, and they're all armed and ready to shoot, right? They're all ready to go. And they've been brainwashed by their dad, and now the government's trying to figure out, do we charge the place? And, of course, all the nuts went crazy over David Koresh being burnt out. Come on.
Was that at Waco, or was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then in Colorado, there was a guy and his son and the wife had a baby in her arms, and the FBI started,
Oh, God, yeah, I remember that.
Killing them.
Who were the Branch Davidians? Were they?
That's David Koresh.
That was? Okay.
Once when I was on David Letterman, I guess Drew Barrymore had been on there, and she pulled her shirt up.
You were on that show?
Maybe a few nights later.
Oh, wow.
And showed her tits to David Letterman, right?
Yep.
So I came on, and I said, boy, I'd really like to, I think you two would make a great couple, So he said, why is that? I said, well, and I gave some examples, and I said, and of course, you're both Branch Davidians. It got this huge fucking laugh. Just because the term is so funny.
So topical.
Yeah, so silly. Yeah. You're both the same religion, Branch Davidians. Yeah. I love that line. Donnie of Kentucky. Yes, Donnie. Does that sound like Mel Gibson to you?
It sounds like him to me.
Yeah, but wait a minute now. Would you move back from the phone a little bit? And if you were asked to imitate Mel Gibson, I think someone could imitate him if they wanted to. Just for a moment, try and imitate what you just heard. We don't need to hear exact voices, words, but try and imitate. Yeah, sounds just like it.
Mel Gibson, yeah.
Sounds like Mel Gibson.
From Detroit.
It's Donnie from Kentucky. So Donnie, can you hear? You read a transcript. Who wrote the transcript? Is my question.
It was on some kind of website I was on. It's on Warped, is what it was, and they said that this Esvos guy had put it out, and he said what set him off was he was staring at a picture of himself with his newborn daughter, with the lady he had divorced.
Right.
And he said, "Why am I so fucking ugly? This whore is taking all my looks. Why am I so fucking ugly?"
You mean Mel Gibson was saying, why is he so fucking ugly?
Yeah. He said it was showing him he was kind of balding in this picture, I guess. I guess it's maybe caught him in a bad light. I don't know.
Well, Mel Gibson and I have to say this about myself too. I saw a picture of myself from just 6 or 7 years ago, and I've really aged. And maybe it's the sun, or I'm losing my hair, or whatever. But there is a shock. Now, I wasn't ever a movie star looks. I never had those. This guy, movie star, fucking handsome, right? Baby faced and everything else. And I think that if you're upset or you're really having troubles, I think that shit comes out in your face. And I mean that. I think Mel Gibson looks really beat up these days, you know? And so he was upset that the pressure that the Russian, in his words, whore put on him have ruined his looks.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
I agree with that.
The whores ruined my life. Why does God hate me?
Oh, my God. Well, that's what Jesus said. He was on the cross. Father, why hast thou forsaken me? I really believe up to the last minute, Christ thought that thunder and lightning or something was going to happen and kill all the Romans and kill, that other group of individuals that may have put him to death, without me mentioning it. The Philistines. Anyway, I really believe that up to that last minute, I believe if Christ really was a person and really lived, I believe he was shocked that his father, who he thought was his dad,
for him, yeah.
I swear to God, I do. In every movie, when the kid's about to die, the dad comes and saves him, right? Somebody saves him.
Yeah.
Except when it really counted.
The one time.
The one time it really counted. Why have you forsaken me?
Now, why doesn't he have hundreds of millions of dollars?
Yes.
Why does he's crazy, right? Like, why does he care so much about things?
Allegedly crazy. But you know what? If he is bipolar, if he is an alcoholic, if he has any of those diseases, then when he gets under pressure and there's no one there to stop him, right? And when you're really rich or you're really pampered, people just do not fool with you. I mean, I told you that I worked with B.B. Newirth, who was on Cheers, and we did a play together, and the entire cast hated her guts, right? And so I played her husband, and we had a fine time. And then I said one thing about her dropping some lines when she wasn't getting a laugh or something. She started dropping some lines, and I said, may I speak to you for a moment? And I said it, and she went crazy on me like she did maybe to other people. And the rest of the cast looked at me and said, well, we told you, right? And I'll never forget that. I will never forgive her, nor will I ever forget it. And she's also angry that she never starred in the movie Chicago or whatever it was, right? And they're just nutty. And then all of a sudden they're wonderful. Like, I think 2 nights later we went out to dinner with she and her boyfriend or something, And
like it never happened, or
like it never happened. Well, she was paying, I guarantee you that. No way I'm going to get yelled at and then, pick up even half the bill. So, Donnie of Kentucky, send us the transcript, would you? I'd like to be able to read it. We got it there. Yeah. Donnie, thank you very much. By the way, in a little while, all he did was put a statue of an obese lady on his front lawn. His wife and the neighbors have turned against him. Stay where you are. Well, I lived in Woodstock, New York, for years, off and on for a long time, and sold a house probably in, the late 90s, something like that. And Levon Helm and the band were there. He passed away. How old was Levon Helm?
71, I believe.
What was wrong with him? I always want to know what's wrong with him. What did he die of?
Pretty sure it was cancer. I had heard that he checked into the hospital 2 days ago. And
he didn't have a pain at the base of his neck, did he? Right near his lymph node? That's where I have my pain.
I don't see...
You always want to see if somebody dies of something and they caused it a little bit. You want to see if they smoked, right?
Oh, boy.
What?
Throat cancer. It's part of the neck.
God damn it.
He had...
Now, can marijuana give you... The marijuana smoke have the same effect on you?
I don't think anything's been proven on that.
Says here he had a sensitive skin where the neck connects to the first
Don't start.
rib.
All right, asshole.
Can't talk about
Hold
this
on.
because I'm
Hold
going
on.
to walk out of here thinking I have something.
Well,
He's
don't.
already got one.
I've already got it.
I know,
Okay,
but you're.
I've already fucking got the pain where the fucking witch doctor
I
pressed
know,
on
and
my.
I suddenly have pain now too. My neck.
Well, I'm having a
suddenly
CAT
hurts.
scan tomorrow, so we'll find out later. Jesus, it's unbelievable. And then Dick Clark finally died. Do we have the American Bandstand theme, Dick Clark?
Yeah.
He was a nice man, always nice to me. I did that blooper show a couple of times. I got slimed. You know, I did that pyramid show and all. It all started with American Bandstand, right? Yeah, right.
Now, is this? I don't know this song.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hey, Dick Clark. Yeah.
All the music they play on the bandstand. Gonna swing in the crowd.
I believe his first announcer was Ed McMahon. And then it was a guy named Charlie somebody or other. And then they were in Philadelphia. And I guess they eventually moved it to New York and then Hollywood. But there was a big payola scandal. And there was a famous disc jockey in New York, Murray the K, I believe. He was caught up in the payola scandal, where the record companies, actually Ira would know more about this than any of us, and he would took money to play certain records, and they made that against the law. And Dick Clark might have been included in that roundup, but he got off somehow, right?
Wow.
Because, you know, it would be a big deal to get on his show. I remember one time a kid from New Orleans got on there. Man, the whole town watched it. All of us. Sean Saavedra. I'll never forget it.
Well, he was just in the audience dancing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, millions of people would try and get on there, you know. And then, as years went on, they would introduce more people of color on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And down south, everybody would go, hey, I see one of them dancing with a white girl. Oh, yeah. I'm not kidding you. Oh, bad.
Now, was this the first one of the, like, Soul Train or those type of shows? Like a
American
dance show?
Bandstand lasted for a long, long time, but it was too squeaky clean. And then when, you know, rock and roll came in and people started acting crazy, right? But he wasn't there anymore. But then, of course, Dick Clark, and we did it every year. Why don't we do it now? He's gone. Who could forget when he counted down New Year's Eve, and he just did this this last, December 31st. Let's remember Dick Clark. Passed away. No longer with us. Dick Clark. It's a memory.
Read more is about to happen, and the man is going to do it for us right now. Let's go to the master. It is the time for Dick Clark to take over and count us down. Dick.
Thank you, my friend. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for.
That's right.
Come right up. You're going to hear a roar of the crowd, and believe me, you will never, ever forget it.
Now, is this before he died or after he died, Garrett?
This is 11.
Okay, here we go.
On the cusp.
Before he died.
23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
There you go.
Why do they make him start all the way up from like 25?
He owns
just
the show.
mean.
Yeah, I think he wants to do it.
Owned
That's his
the
idea? It's a
yes,
good idea,
it was.
even if you are in a stroke.
Someone said something very cruel, and I'm only going to repeat it to show you how cruel people can be. Someone said that when Ryan Seacrest heard that Dick Clark had died, he went, yes! I don't believe that for one moment.
Yeah, but they're going to have
I do.
hologram Dick Clark this New Year's Eve. It's gonna be
I
awesome.
find the hologram thing to be the absolute coolest thing in the world.
Me too. I am so excited for it. I don't think everyone else is, but
I'm really excited.
I think Tupac is going on tour. Hologram Tupac. Tupac's going on tour now. You can go see him.
No, it is not.
Yes.
Now, I
How cheap
read
those tickets are.
I read the other day.
It should be like movie prices.
I read the other
Not a
day
bad idea.
that it was not from a concert, that they had just put together pictures of him and videos of the way he walked and everything else, and that it was not from a concert. It took him 4 months to do it. So they kind of rebuilt him. Now I'm looking at it thinking it's got to be somebody's body that they've videoed, and they put his head on top of the dancing body, who did his tics and his movements and all that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I think.
But like you ever see The Last Waltz?
Well, 1 second, Christina, did you send me an apartment you wanted me to get?
Oh crap! Never, I always do that because your name sounds so similar. That not for you. Sorry, my bad.
This is where you want to move? This, you know what I thought this was?
Oh boy, she's getting sweaty now.
You pay for this, you get this, and arrows are all over the pictures. Did you mean to send that to me?
No, not to you.
A little sugar daddy email?
It says you pay for this.
Jeff, what are you talking about?
It says you. It doesn't say Jeff. It says you pay for this, and you get this. That's what it says. Renovated, large studio, laundry, elevator. Mm-hmm. You know what? It looks like a medieval prison. I would never put you in a place like that.
You should see the place I'm living now.
You would. You know what? You would be in Manhattan, first of all. Okay? You'd be in Manhattan. And I wouldn't be jealous.
Doorman?
I don't care.
Would you have a doorman?
By the way, you only work 3 hours a day. You'd be right there every day.
6 hours a day.
You would be a great doorman, Garrett. You really would. Doing your.
I don't like standing, though.
You wouldn't have to stand. You'd put one cheek on the little stool. Sudoku, with all that stuff. You'd be doing the Sudoku, whatever that is. Let's go to Charlie Sheen. Yes, Charlie, it's Jay Thomas. An idiot.
Oh, poor Dick Clark.
Now, you're not supposed to be laughing. The man's an icon, for God's sakes. Now, an American icon is dead. Yeah, what? What is it?
Hey, Jay.
What? What is it, Charlie? What?
You know what Dick Clark's last words were?
What?
What? I don't know. Nobody fucking knows.
You know what? On his deathbed, he said, every day. Then he was gone. All right, go ahead.
He said, I'm going in 25, 24, 23.
No. Yes. What is it, Charlie? What is it, Charlie? Go ahead.
Hey, Jay, I think he just finished the New Year's countdown yesterday.
You know what? Dick would enjoy these jokes. Okay? A man that I know.
All that plastic surgery. And he drops dead.
All right. Is that all you've got? All right. That's it. Charlie Sheen. There you go. Let me read you some emails from jthomasshow@gmail.com. Jay, from Alan. Does it bother you that the morning show on your channel, 104, is essentially a 3-hour commercial for Jason Ellis, which directly competes against you in your time slot? Let me paraphrase some of the promos. Tune in to Faction 41, 3 p.m. East, to hear Jason Ellis live. If the channel I was on, this is what the guy's telling me now, was actively directing my fans to listen to another channel, I would consider that an insult. Or at least faith in the idea that I might be dead soon. That's what he said. Now, I listen to your show every day, no matter how much more entertaining the other shows are. So is it Jason Ellis? It's a rerun for him in the morning?
Yes.
And he promotes himself.
It's like today's show of his, which is on right now on Faction 41. is replayed tomorrow morning.
On our channel.
So if you don't want to wait till tomorrow morning to hear it, you could turn to Faction 41 right now and hear it live.
All right, thanks, Garrett. Try not to help, okay?
And he's doing a live broadcast from New York City, I believe, this Friday.
I heard he was supposed to be on Fox and Friends, but they changed their mind.
Now, what's he famous for?
He was
fighting and snowboarding, right?
No,
skateboarder.
Skateboarding.
Skateboarder, yeah.
Skateboarder? Okay. And he's from England or something?
Australia.
And he always goes on Howard and says, I'm a prick and stuff? Is that what I'm here all the time?
I don't think he says you're a prick.
No.
Oh, all right.
No.
This comes from Matthew. Jay, guard your pussy. I know you're a cat lover. There is a disease that turns cats into living robots. It's called the cat staggering disease. Oh, my God. It's only in England right now, and in parts of Europe. They don't have it in the United States. They don't know what causes it. Oh, my God. The cat becomes incredibly affectionate before it dies. Isn't that wild? And then it staggers and it dies. Well, there you are, your little kitty's kissing you and everything else, and it's dead. That'd be terrible.
Yeah. No.
Cats, yes, it would be. Mike says, listen to the show all the time, and I heard you say that the people thought you were dead because the Murphy Brown cast reunion didn't invite you. I think this is the best way to dispel the rumors, and he's attached a T-shirt with a picture of me that says "Not Dead" on it. Christina, put that on Facebook, would you please?
Sure.
Not dead. Dear Jay, this comes from Maxofaz. Thanks for taking another day off without letting your listeners know. You're a fucking asshole. Nice how you told us you wouldn't be there on Wednesday. Yet once again, what a surprise, we had a rerun. You're a lazy, lying communist. Wow. Jesus.
Do they call us and tell us they're going to...
I had a lump. I have a thing on my neck. I have a lymph node that's filled with fucking pus, asshole.
That a doctor actually pushed further into your body, so who knows?
What? I should not have yelled. Guess what? I got lightheaded just now. Asshole. Dear Jay, were you ever called to do an ad for Acura? No. Commercial casting sheets came from a casting call for the popular Acura NSX that starred Jerry Seinfeld, and some actors who didn't get the part turned the sheets over, and it said, looking for a character to play a black car dealer, but he should not be too dark. Oh, my God. That was actually written down by some stupid casting agent. What idiots. The casting sheet has been brought to everyone's attention and has been sent to TMZ, and Acura has issued a hasty apology. We're taking appropriate measures to ensure that such language is never again used in association with a work performer on behalf of our brand. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what. If I was a very dark-skinned actor, I'd be reading for those Acura commercials. Because they're going to have to... Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're probably using Indian. Yeah. That's so stupid, isn't it? Can you imagine? That goes out to thousands of people. And it goes on these casting things. There's these... Now, here's the other thing. When I watch television news, I feel the same way. I feel that they do all sorts of stuff that's discriminatory, you know?
Like what?
Light-skinned announcers, right? Right?
Uh-huh.
People that don't have,
Oh, like ethnic accents? No
or names? When's the last time you tuned in and a Shaniqua was doing the news or something?
We have Rosanna Scotto.
That's Italian.
It is.
That's what I'm saying.
But she's got olive skin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, they do it.
Yeah.
Yes?
Soledad O'Brien.
Oh, my God.
Gene Velez Mitchell.
Oh, my God.
Jack Cafferty. Yeah, there's not very...
Well, there's nothing there.
Al Roca.
Al Roker?
Roca.
Roca.
Oh.
Al Roca.
Al Roca. From Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
4.
My wife
Fair.
said something very Christina-like. She said, hey, you know, one of the housewives from Housewives of Orange County, maybe, or whatever, they went to this campground. That's a 5-star campground. They went glamping.
Mm-hmm.
You know
That's
that
what
is?
I do. I go glamping like 3 times a year.
Well, we have one of the 5-star campgrounds about 30 minutes from our house, and people we know own it. And one of these women, they used it on the show, and the website crashed from all of the people going to the site. It's a campground with tents and a restaurant. It crashed.
I told you that the housewives, this is a very
unbelievable.
powerful thing. I know that you could care less about it, but it's a real
It's unreal.
force to be reckoned
Now,
with.
what is glamping? What is that?
It's glamorous camping. It's without tents and, you know, sometimes you can bring a blow-up couch.
No. This campground is like, you know,
Well, that's
300
like California glamping. I'm talking
It's
about like, with
$300
my
a night.
girlfriends. We just
Yeah.
don't go in we're in a cabin, and you know we don't get dirty. We build our own
Oh.
fire and stuff, but we
Right.
eat appetizers and drink martinis. And
Dear Jay, this comes from Twinkles. You always have interns in there. What do they learn? I don't know. They use the phone and answer the phone. Does he know how to run the equipment?
He's working on it.
Gary?
Yes.
Get in there, take over. Pretend Garrett's just dropped dead of another kidney stone attack. Take over.
Actually, Garrett just did step out, and Gary is the only person behind the board.
Take over.
Run
Garrett
the
would
ship.
take a leak.
Yeah,
Take over.
run the ship. Drive
Now,
the
do you know
bus.
how to do it? You know how to do it?
I'm learning.
Okay. Do you know how to find the sound effects and stuff? Can you find around the horn? Oh, boy.
It's probably on the wall, right?
Yeah.
Use the word wall. He's getting it.
Yeah, on the wall. You find it? Like if I said, okay, let's go around the horn. Oh, my God. You nervous?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. Just a little bit.
Is there not a wall that has sound effects on it and you can pick out the one that says around the horn? And
It doesn't say that. That's the problem.
Yeah. What does it say?
It's whatever
Oh.
Garrett labels.
Well, he's got to print it out, and he's got to show this guy what it is. Just hit any of them. Let's see what any of them come up. Just hit one of them. I don't care. Hit anything. There it is, right there. Okay. All right, take it out. Take it out. Take it out. That's good. What's another one we use, Christina? It's another little sound effect. We have another sound effect? Hit another one. Hit anything.
Don't know why.
That was Ira's, that's Ira's theme song. Okay. All right, so now you're there, and then you're running the controls.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Let's go to Tom of Kansas. You know how to do this? Make the people go on the telephone?
Yep.
Okay. Now, line 3. Tom of Kansas. It's Jay Thomas. How are you? Gary, the intern, is running the board. Unbelievable. Learning something. Yes, Tom.
Yeah, I was wondering, a while ago you got really, really mad and sat there and yelled a lot about something about your lymph node on your neck there.
Yeah.
I was wondering, maybe Mel Gibson had something like that on his neck and they would make fun of it or something.
You sound like you can imitate Mel Gibson, too, right now. Go ahead. Imitate Mel Gibson. Go ahead. Do it. You got that voice. Go ahead.
I can get real mad sometimes.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, I want to hear you do it. Go ahead.
I'm from Kansas, not Australia.
I know you're not, but I want to hear you yell. Go ahead.
Oh, I can't yell. My neck's fine.
Get rid of him, would you? Get rid of him. We give these people a chance. Let's go to John, who's in Texas. Hello, John. It's Jay Thomas. John of Texas.
Yes, sir. Hey, John, just real quick one. Jay, just want to let you know that as I was telling the person who answered the phone, I have a job that I'm very well compensated for, being honest with myself, realize I'm not qualified for this job as probably someone else would be, but I still have it. And when I
wait a minute. You have a job that you're not qualified for, and that's why you're calling us.
Yeah, just like most Americans. But
you mean wait a minute. You mean you're overqualified?
No. I'm underqualified for it. I just have a piece of paper from a college saying I can do this. But,
Are you doing this as some sort of confession? What do we do with this information?
I think you ruined his punchline.
What was his punchline?
No, I just wanted to let you know that when I start feeling down about taking advantage of my company, I look at you and realize I'm not the only one that's not qualified for my job.
So you're making a joke about that I'm not good enough to be doing this.
There it was.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Jesus. And why would... You know what? When there's so many out there that should have pain in their neck and should have the horror of kidney stones and all the other things, why would God curse people like Garrett and I and not curse that guy? That's what people say. Do you believe in God? It's hard for you to believe in God because if I were God... Now, what are you doing back?
What do you mean?
Huh? I thought
been replaced.
Gary's running the board.
Yeah, I just went to pee, though.
Yeah, but let him run the board.
Okay, I can't talk.
Well, you can talk, but it sounds like you're at the board now.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's go to Jim of City Island, New York. Actually, he's on an island right off the coast. Yes, go ahead, Jim.
Hey, how you doing, Jay? I got Mel Gibson's voice down, I think.
Okay, here we go. It's time for Jim of City Island. Go ahead, Jim.
Just smile and blow me.
There you go. All right. Feel better now? Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
You know what? It doesn't have that. That's good. Thank you. When I say thank you, that's a cutoff signal. That's how all the talk show hosts do it.
Here. Hello.
See? Right.
This is
awesome. On the board now.
Now, is Gary still running the board?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's go around the horn, Gary. Here we go. Around the horn. Here it is.
Around the horn.
No, wait. Not yet. No, stop it now. You've heard of the problem in Colombia where the Secret Service agents got hookers, right? Brought them up to the hotel. The president hadn't even arrived yet. So the Marines and the Secret Service agents, after they'd done whatever they're supposed to do, brought a bunch of hookers up to this fancy schmancy, the El Caribe Hotel in Cartagena, Colombia. The mayor of the town and the manager of the hotel and the president of the hotel chain say that this thing with the hookers has caused a real problem for the city and has brought a terrible problem for the hotel. Let's go around the horn. What do you think, Gary? Turn it down a little bit, would you? Turn it down a little bit. Thank you very much. A little loud there. Gary, what do you think the problem is? Hookers in and out of that hotel, and the mayor says it's screwing up the town. What do you think it is? What is his problem?
I think it's hurting their economy.
It's hurting their economy, the fact that the Americans are there with the hookers somehow. Right? Okay. Christina, what do you think
they're
the problem
stealing
is?
all of the toiletries.
The hookers are stealing the little
shampoos and stuff.
All of that stuff. Garrett Andrews, what do you think the mayor of Cartagena and the manager and owners of the hotel find to be the biggest problem? By the way, where's the music?
I don't answer until the music starts.
Where's the music? Yeah. What do you think the problem is, Garrett?
It's got to be that my mic's a little low.
Yeah.
It's got to be that they're bringing a bad light upon this, luxurious hotel, and they don't want people to know hookers are.
They don't want anyone to know that hookers are allowed in the hotel, and the mayor doesn't want people to think when you go to Cartagena there's a problem. Okay.
I hope I'm right.
Well, you're all wrong.
Oh.
the mayor, Campo Elias, says, we don't want people to think you can't get hookers in Cartagena.
So the opposite of what I said.
The opposite is what's true, because prostitution is not just legal, it is encouraged in the country of Colombia and the major cities, and it's a major reason why people come from all over the world to certain South and Central American countries. Wow. Many people think you go and these poor unfortunates are sneaking around. I don't know which countries it's legal in, but it's legal in Colombia. It doesn't bother people at all, said the mayor. First, adults were involved. And second, it's legal and it's normal. I don't even see how the American government is going to prosecute citizens who are engaged in a legal activity in Colombia. Wow.
They have to have some sort of contract with like a moral clause or something.
Not if it's legal. If you go to Las Vegas, you can gamble. It's legal.
Yeah, but it's like it's legal to say whatever you want, you know, with the First Amendment. But if you say something horrible and you're a Secret Service agent, they could fire you. No?
To find a prostitute in Cartagena or outside of the Caribe restaurant, the Caribe Hotel, where the agents were staying and some of the Marines were housed also, there are men on the beach peddling everything from shrimp cocktails to sex workers.
And Colombian girls are hot.
And if you want a sex worker to put a shrimp cocktail inside of herself, they'll arrange for that also.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I think that prostitution is a part of our culture. It's helped make our city what it is. A tourist comes to Cartagena, and part of his plan is to look for company, said Gerardo Javier Mayo, a security industry executive. Wow. Would you really want your people coming to a country and sleeping with strangers, not knowing what diseases they might have? Our girls are clean, and they are tested, said a hotel spokesperson.
Ooh. So it is regulated. It's like an actual industry.
Totally regulated.
Their records in a picture frame on the wall to make sure
they carry with them a little card. Now, a buddy of mine who was a chef just went to not Colombia. Did I say this earlier, or am I telling this to you for the second time, Garrett?
I don't know.
This. Yeah, okay.
Brazil? Did you go?
No, he went to Costa Rica.
Ooh.
And he put on his request from his boss at this restaurant. Now, he's a single man, by the way. He was going with a buddy, and he put airfare, $1,000, hotel, $700, $800, food, $300, and $500 for prostitutes. He put that in his request because this company gives you a free vacation. And they cut him a check for $2,500 within an hour. And that's in his file. Because prostitution is legal where he was going.
Wow.
So now they can fire these guys. They can say it's embarrassing. They can say whatever they want to say. But what these guys did in Cartagena is legal. Oh, I'd love to be an attorney right now. I'd love it. Absolutely.
Now, who snitched on them?
They argued over $47 in the hall.
Ugh.
The stupid idiots from America argued with one of the pimps over owing them $47 extra. Now, the women are like $30, $40 a piece. So,
yes,
it's cheap.
I'm on ColombiaLove.com.
Yeah.
And they have 3 different kind of escorts. They have the escort class, which I guess is like business, and the escort VIP.
Mm-hmm.
But then they also have a Lolita section.
What does that mean?
It's all little young-looking Colombian girls.
You should not be on that.
They're called Lolitas?
Yeah, Lolitas.
Do they say their age?
You should not. Just run the board, Gary. We don't need any questions from you.
Their faces are blacked out.
Get back to the equipment. They say their age. I heard you stumble trying to get to the microphone. First of all, you don't want anyone at that company where we are right now. I don't want to say the company, in case you think it's a podcast. You don't want anyone at that company where we work to have you. They can't go on the computer and find out you put that up there.
No, it's cool because I'm at Christina's computer.
Well, that's better.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. That's fine then. Let's go to Steve of Arizona. Steve, have you ever gone on vacation and went to a country where prostitution was legal? Is he there? Steve of Arizona?
Sounds like he dropped out.
Dropped out?
I have the services that they offer.
What do they offer?
They offer, number one, helping couples. Number two, lesbian.
Yeah, that's good. So you and your girlfriend or your wife go and you need help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number two, lesbian.
Wait a minute. If you're a lesbian?
It just says, Love Columbia offers the following services. Lesbian. Number three, striptease.
Come in and strip for you, right?
Number four, assistance for men.
How much is all this cost?
I don't know. But then also additional services, anal sex.
No, come on. That's on a website?
Yeah.
And now you've got that in Christina's company computer.
Yes.
Wow. And there are no prices?
No, I've never seen a price on a escort website.
My buddy who went to Costa Rica said he went down to the bar and ordered five women. He ordered 5 women. And the barmaid, bartender, whatever it was, said, I'm sorry, we can't send 5 women to your room. The
security
quota is 2 per person.
Oh.
He says, well, I got a buddy in my room. 4. They sent 4 women up to the room. And it cost them $40 apiece. So 160, and they tipped them, and it was like a little over $200. And he said they partied with them and hung out and had sex with each other and had sex with them. Cost them $200 for like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Well, I have
That's
Samantha.
a hell of a vacation.
Samantha. It's Samantha without the H.
Samantha.
She is 23 años.
Ooh.
Color of her eyes, cafe. Hair, black.
She's cafe colored eyes.
Her height is 1.67.
When I'm through with her, there'll be cafe latte.
How
about this? Cafe Olay.
Size 8, bust 36B, skin white tan. She is 620,000 per hour.
620,000 local pesos?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, put that into either dollars or, by the way, when you go overseas, I'm being told turn your money into euros because they don't want dollars. Apparently the dollar's so weak.
Yeah.
So go into euros or dollars. 620,000 what? God.
Colombian pesos, 1, 2, 3, equals $350.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a ton. For how long? How long?
An hour, it says.
Hey, honey.
But she's pretty hot.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I make myself hot, obviously, and then go and do that.
Can I be honest?
Yeah, now see this Lolita.
But how many shrimp cocktails do you get with that? She's got to come with food, everything.
Now this Lolita I clicked on, who's 18 años, her value is $180,000 per hour, which is $100 an hour.
Okay, but I think you can make much better deals than that, like $40-50. Wow. Okay. Well, that's amazing, and I think that they've fired 2 or 3 of these people already from Secret Service. The president's pissed off. Panetta is mad. It's bad. It's bad. And of course, it's the moral decay of having a liberal president. Let's be honest. This would not happen under Mitt Romney, because when you really look at these Republicans, none of them look like they ever have any fucking fun. And the only one that gets laid is fucking Puff Face. Newt Gingrich. Think about that. He's the poster boy for getting laid over there. Okay? All right. Stay where you are. All he did was make a big, fat statue, and he's in a world of shit. Stay where you are.
Oh, you gonna take me home tonight? Oh, down beside that red firelight. Oh, you gonna
Well, let's welcome Bill Tonneson. Go to Bill, TONNESEN.com. Bill, you live in Tempe, Arizona. Is that correct?
That's it, Tempe, Arizona.
And you are a landscape architect. So when people want those low watering or non-watering plants and all that stuff, you're able to do it there in Arizona where you don't have a lot of water, right?
Yeah, I suppose. But I'm trying to walk away from the landscape business and concentrate on apartments.
What do you mean apartment? You mean building apartments?
No, in this economy, you can't. It's crazy to build anything from scratch, from dirt up. But we look for distressed properties and swoop in and buy them and fix them up.
Good. Now, what you're getting in the news for is that you're an artist and you've got this. Now, are you a fan of the South American artist Botero?
Yeah. No, as a matter of fact, I'm not. I would say
you're not a fan of Botero.
Well, to be honest, he's like a pre-Kincaid. Thomas Kincaid just died,
right?
And that
I know
sort of saccharine take, the Disneyland cheery, snowy, cabiny look, is. I think Botero is a kind of a South American equivalent.
No, but Botero does the big fat people.
He does, but I
find him to be. He has a Jesus on the cross that's like the equivalent of a 350-pound man.
Well, I think everything from an old lady to a little baby in its cradle all look the same. I don't know how he came up with those puffy cheeks.
Right, he just has this. So it's like this guy in where I'm from in New Orleans. His name is Rodrigue. And all he does is this blue dog, and he's a jillionaire, and I do not understand it. It's this blue dog with these big, very wide eyes. I just think it's shitty and stupid looking, and yet he's a jillionaire, and people, pay all kind of money.
Well, what you're bringing up is this notion of what's collectible, and why do people get $5 million for a painting here and then $500 here?
Right.
I used to think it's being able to identify a style, but I'm kind of wondering about that now.
Well, here you have made a naked woman statue that you've put in front of an apartment building that you live in or that you just own.
No. We don't live in it. We purchased it, and it's 28 units in my town in Tempe, and we bought it, and I went to fix it up, as I always do, in my own oddball way.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to get the city's permission, because it's commercial property, to do everything. You have to submit plans, and they gave me a hard time, and I had to appear before the Development Commission, and, it was brain damage.
Now, as I'm looking at this statue, and by the way, if you go to Bill Tonneson, TONNESEN.com, you will see it from many different angles. It's just a large, it's an obese, naked woman, and are her bosoms so anatomically correct that you've got the nipples? I mean, what's the problem with it? Is it sexual in nature? Is that why they're against it?
First of all, the fact that it's nude. One of the stipulations that I received from the planners at the city was that she had to be clothed. The nipple issue is interesting. You have to look closely because they're kind of inverted.
I don't see the nipples, right?
Well, you can't, because she's so large, they almost are turning into her stomach, but they're visible if you look carefully.
Now, how many of these nude women have you made? Is it a statement piece for you?
It is this is the third. The fourth, we're actually just starting another one, which is, we're trying to start another one. But this is the third of using this model. She's a large woman. We had a hard time finding her. And now that I've got her, we don't carve statues. What we do is find people that look the way we already want them to look, and then we do body casting.
So this was a real woman's body that you cast?
Oh, her name's Dee. She's fantastic. She's 405 pounds. The reason we know that is because she went to check on the cost for a bypass, or what do you call it when you get your stomach?
A lap. They put the lap band surgery.
Right, exactly. And so they weighed her, and I know she hasn't lost any weight. She was at 405 at that time.
What's her name again?
Dee.
Dee.
What the heck's her last name?
And she lives there.
What's her last name? Do you remember? Anyway, she was a soldier. It's very difficult to sit through a body casting process.
Yo, I've done it. I've done it.
Oh,
I played the Easter Bunny in the Santa Claus movies, and I'd have a complete head, body cast, the whole deal when they made the costume. Hours. Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Yeah. You're like Norman Rockwell, kind of. You use people that are right in your vicinity as models, right?
You know, yes and no. I mean, I think we're far from Americana here. I mean, the problem with this thing...
No, you're not. There are more people like Dee than there are skinny people running around like you. Don't you think? I mean, you should go to Walmart with your body casting equipment and just sit there in the parking lot. Yeah. There are lots of Dees. So now you've got Dee. She lives in your area, and it says here that it's not being called art, and every time it is mentioned, it's in quotation marks, that many people are saying that this corpulent piece is offensive because it'll scare young children.
Well, that's right. There's a preschool right across the street. In fact, my wife goes to the church right across the street.
So there's a church preschool across the street, and of course the churchgoers are coming out, and they're offended by the naked woman. What do you think they really are frightened of? I mean, it's not sexual at all. It's a human body. It's overweight. What's the deal, do you think?
Well, first of all, I don't want to say I don't care, but I don't care what the parishioners think except for one. The one I have to live with. And it's my wife who has got me in the hot seat right now.
So the wife has said, it's too much, take it down. And I imagine you're probably sleeping in the studio or someplace else right now. Now, does she think the art is bad, or she just doesn't like the focus?
My wife is from Spain, and she was raised in a
hot cha-cha-cha-cha, baby. Hot cha-cha-cha-cha. Does she talk like this? Like that? No?
Very conservative and very Catholic. And she doesn't appreciate the location of the piece. I mean, my studio is filled with statues of naked women.
Right.
But putting it in this location to coexist with my wife, I had to promise that I would put temporary drape on her private areas until she and I could come to terms and figure out how we were going to resolve it.
Now, if you live in the Tempe, Arizona area, what can we tell you people what street it's on?
Oh, it's on the busiest street in town, Rural. It's the main drag.
It's on Rural, the busiest street in town, Rural Road.
It's just a half a block south of Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1 mile from Arizona State University, and right now all you would see is her head and her legs. I've got to figure out. My wife, I don't know what we're going to do. A tutu. I mean,
but how much does the statue weigh?
You know, it's hollow, and it's about 85 pounds for the body itself.
So it's no problem for you to pick it up.
No problem at all.
None whatsoever. Now you've made more of these. Now, what do the people think at Tempe? I mean, at Arizona State, the art students or the art department, do they find this to be a meaningful piece of art that perhaps they would put in one of their little museums? Or
well, let me tell you, the numbers really tell the story.
Yeah.
When this hit the local television stations, and every one of them ran stories about it, I got 75 emails, 74 were supportive and complimentary, and I got one that hammered me.
Well, now the one that hammered you said what? Well, you're making fun of fat people?
It's two short sentences, and I'll just read them to you. And the irony of it was from a real estate broker. He says, and I quote, "Are you high? Why would you put that ugly statue of a naked slob up in front of an apartment complex?"
My God. Now, this guy's got some real problems.
You know what? As it turns out, he has a bigger problem than he realized.
Yeah.
Guess what? The commercial brokerage firm that he works for, one of his colleagues, just sold another one of my projects for a 45% return on investment. And you know why that's important?
Why?
Big, fat, quote, slob that I put in front of that one as well.
Oh, you're going to put a big fat one in front of that one?
No, I already did it. It already sold. It realized the investors a 45% return, and that was part of our fix-up, to put a historic
You know what else I'm telling you now? I think that your sculptures are good luck for the investments.
All right.
That's what I like about it. Yeah. Now, do you call the big fat thing? Do you call it D?
No. We call it the rural Venus because all of these statues relate. My hobby is art history, and they relate to the Venus of Willendorf. That's probably the most iconic of all the prehistoric.
Is that a corpulent woman? The Venus
yeah. It's this figure in a figurine that's 23,000 years old.
You know what, though? The wife thing is very difficult to overcome. I don't know how you're going to do it.
No, I don't either.
It's very difficult. And maybe what you can do is put the sheet over it. And does your wife ever travel out of town or go to Spain once a year or something?
Every year she goes to Spain.
You'll take the sheet off when she's out of town.
I think that Father John would alert her to what happened.
Oh, the priest would tell on you. Okay. Then I'd say something nasty about the priests. You know?
I don't know. Well,
so you're probably going to get rid of it, but you know what's sad? Where will you put the big overweight, obese lady statues?
Well, first of all, it's not going anywhere. What we're going to do is figure out what we have to put over her privates, because I'm not taking the statue down, period. I will not.
How about a tube top? Put her in a tube top. Well, wait a minute now. When you go to Costco or Walmart or whatever, and if you go online, by the way, Garrett, Christina, isn't there a website called? It's like all pictures of people from Walmart and stuff. It's pretty horrifying.
Yeah, peopleofwalmart.com, I believe.
Have you ever been to peopleofwalmart.com, Bill?
No. Let me
Please go on it, and you will see women of this body size with tube tops, with crazy-looking
pajama pants, SpongeBob pajama pants.
And I think you could make a statement using her body. You know these pants that say juicy on the back or pink or something like that?
Juicy,
right?
Yeah.
Juicy. These women find these pants for a waist, like a 55-inch waist, and they wear them. I believe you can make a statement about some of the clothing that these overweight people probably should not be wearing. You know what? You should hire a guy like me to give you ideas. You know what's funny? You don't want to do anything because it's your piece of art.
That's right.
And if it was just the community, I would say okay. But when your wife becomes involved in this thing, you have to do what you're told.
Well,
there's no well. You've got to do what you're told. and it's over. I don't care how much money you made on the thing. Yeah. It's over. You've got to do a tube top. You've got to do pants. And maybe you show just the crack of the butt. And what it is, it's a piece of art, and it also shows people not to wear these outfits.
There you go.
All right. Bill, I know you're disappointed. We feel your pain, 1,500 miles away. But fight on, okay?
All right.
Fight on. And that you're making money in this crazy real estate market for people. You should be commended. Why don't you attach dollar bills over her breasts and over her vagina?
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Joke all you want, but I'll tell you something.
What?
The jokes, humor are the best source of creative ideas. It's all in your perspective, and I am going to approach my wife, who would not listen to this, by the way. She knew that you were going to interview me. Mm-hmm. She would not watch a TV segment. She would not listen to you. She's in the house right now. I'm going to go to her, and I'm going to propose a bikini made of dollar bills, real dollar bills.
Yeah, I think it's cool. You should go to Women of Walmart or whatever, and I think there's a statement you can figure out in your own artistic mind that will save your marriage and allow you to have the obese woman up there. Would you please contact Garrett? We'll give you a website or give you our email address and contact us. I'd like to hear I'd love to talk to your wife sometime also.
We'll do it, and I'm going to send you a picture of this figure with your dollar bills on her breast.
That's fine with me.
All right.
That's fine with me. Also, tell her my father was a priest, so I know all about the Catholic Church. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he left the priesthood, married my mother, who was a nun. So, all right, well, thank you, Bill Tonneson. Go to BillTonnesen.com and see the obese naked woman statue that's causing so much trouble. And, Bill, thank you very much.
Jay,
all right?
Jay, thank you very much.
All right.
All right, sir.
You know what I am? I'm a connoisseur of art. Connoisseur of art. And tomorrow morning, more artistic stuff at Howard 101.